Now it's time for the Laredo Lemurs pregame show. Laredo Lemurs baseball is brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. And now here's Bill Harrington with the Laredo Lemurs pregame show.
All right, Lemurs fans, welcome to the ballpark. Bill Harrington along with Cameron Songer come to you live from Uni-Trade Stadium as the Lemurs get ready to take on the Joplin Blasters, and a big series coming up here for the Laredo Lemurs and the Joplin Blasters, as both teams are very, very close in the standings. In fact, Joplin sits in second place, but they're only a half game out behind the Wichita Wingnuts in the American Association South Division. The Laredo Lemurs currently sit 3 games out of the American Association South Division lead behind Wichita, and the Lemurs are 2.5 games back behind the Joplin Blasters. So the Lemurs will play Joplin 3 times, and then after that, Wichita is going to come into town. So the 2 teams that are ahead of the Laredo Lemurs right now in the American Association South will be here on this homestand, and the Lemurs will be looking to make a move in the division here as they have first place on their mind by the time everything is said and done here in the American Association South Division. So, should be a good, fun series. The Laredo Lemurs so far this year against the Joplin Blasters, they're 5-2 against this club, so they've fared well. In fact, they're 2-2 at home against Joplin, and they swept the Joplin Blasters up there on the road in Joplin earlier this year. So the Laredo Lemurs have done well so far against this club. Today, the Laredo Lemurs are going to send Luis Poyorena to the mound for his very first start here in Laredo. He used to be a reliever for the Lemurs. The Lemurs moved him into the starter rotation. He's been stellar ever since, and he'll go to the mound today with a record of 3 wins and 1 loss and a 2.43 ERA. He's going to face off against Jorge Martinez. Martinez for the Joplin Blasters is 6-2 over 11 starts, and he has put up a 2.54 ERA, and he's been stellar on the mound for his club. In fact, so far this year, Jorge Martinez is currently 4th in the league in strikeouts. He has struck out 61 batters over 67 in a third innings of work. So he'll be a tough customer up there on the mound against the Laredo Lemurs tonight. And if we take a look and see what Martinez has done so far against Laredo this season, well, he's 1-0 against the Lemurs over 2 games. He has pitched in 13 innings, and he's only given up 4 runs on 8 hits to the Lemurs club through those first 2 ball games. So let's go ahead and take a look back and see how things went on the road for the Laredo Lemurs in the last game up in Sioux City. We want to talk about this one real quick before we move on any further with the pregame show, as the Laredo Lemurs coming off a pretty good road trip for themselves. They ended up going up to Sioux City to take on the Sioux City Explorers, and they went 2-2. Now, Sioux City's the second best team in the American Association, so the Lemurs didn't do too badly against them. Sioux City is 37-17 on the year, so they've been impressive. They have a 6-game lead over the Kansas City T-Bones in the American Association Central Division. So the Lemurs would get on the board first on Sunday. In fact, Ty Morrison would come home to score on a sac fly by Dennis Phipps, but the Lemurs wouldn't be done as they would keep scoring in the second inning. In fact, a leadoff base hit by Kevin Taylor. That would be followed up by a base hit by Jared Medeiros. Then Luke Bailey would come up to the plate. Bailey would lay down a bunt and move Taylor and Medeiros over. So runners at second and third. Jeudy Valdez would be the next batter. He ended up striking out for the second out in the inning. Then the Sioux City Explorers saw an opportunity to walk Ty Morrison, so they went ahead and put him at first base to load the bases. So 2 down, the bases loaded for the Lemurs, and Devontre Richardson would step up to the plate. So Werder Kemper will set. He'll kick, he'll throw. Here's the pitch, swung on the ground ball up the middle. Here comes Taylor. He's in to score. Right behind him will be Jared Medeiros. He's coming in to score. The ball bounces once and hits Ty Morrison in the head over at third base, and it bounces off his helmet. And then going into second base is Devontre Richardson. The Lemurs have a 3-0 lead and a big base hit by Devontre Richardson with the bases loaded and 2 down. That's right. Richardson coming up with a big base hit for the Laredo Lemurs there in the second inning. They'd put up some more runs in the fourth inning against a tough Sioux City ball club. It would be led off by Jared Medeiros, who got a single, and then Luke Bailey would fly out to center field, so there'd be one out, and coming up to the plate would be Jayudi Valdez. Or one successful stolen base. He goes here. The pitch is swung on and hit into right center field. No one's going to get to this one. It's going to go for a long way. In fact, it's going to bounce and keep on rolling out to the warning track. Medeiros is already around third base. He's going to come in to score. Jayudi Valdez is going to go in with a stand-up triple. And it's now 4-0 for the Laredo Lemurs. Jared Medeiros got to scooting and scores all the way from first base. Jayudi Valdez with a stand-up triple. Yeah, Jayudi Valdez with that sweet stand-up triple. His first triple of the year in a Lemurs uniform this season. So the Lemurs scored one run with Jared Medeiros coming in to score, so it was then 4-0 Lemurs. Later on in the inning, Ty Morrison would pick up a single. He would bring in Jayudi Valdez, so the Lemurs would go up 5-0. In the bottom of the fourth inning, the Explorers would get one of two runs that they would put up on the board, and then the Lemurs would strike again in the sixth. And the sixth inning would be a big inning for the Lemurs as they put up 4 runs there. It would start off with Jared Medeiros again reaching on a single. In fact, Medeiros had his best game of the season, picking up 3 hits. He ended up going 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. So he would start off with a single there in the sixth inning. Then Luke Bailey would come up to the plate. He would hit a double, and that would put runners at second and third again for Jayudi Valdez. And the 0-1 delivery, swung in a line drive, hit well into left field. That ball is going to fall. It's going to roll all the way out to the wall. Medeiros is going to score. Right behind Medeiros is Bailey. He scores a run, and the Lemurs are up 7-1. Hitting the ball tonight are the Laredo Lemurs, and they hit it pretty well. Ended up getting 14 hits by the end of the night. So Jayudi Valdez would be sitting at second base. The next 2 batters would get out for the Laredo Lemurs, and then big Dustin Geiger would step into the batter's box. Here's the pitch home. Swung on and a long drive to left. This one's hit well. Is it going to be fair or foul? It's going to be a fair ball and a home run for Dustin Geiger. 2 more runs up on the board for the Laredo Lemurs. Geiger with home run number 11 on the season. And he'll round the bases. That's his 4th home run in a Lemurs uniform. That's right, Dustin Geiger getting a hold of one there. His 4th home run in a Lemurs uniform this season, his 11th overall, and that put 9 runs up on the board for the Lemurs. 1 more run for the Sioux City Explorers would be scored in the 7th inning, a 1-out triple by Eno Patron. He would later be brought in during a wild pitch, so another run scoring there. But it was a 9-2 final for the Laredo Lemurs, and that was the second victory for them of the series. So they end up splitting the series against a very tough Sioux City ball club. So we talked to manager Pete Incaviglia before tonight's ball game. He talked about the Sioux City, the 4 games up in Sioux City that the Laredo Lemurs had, and he also talked a little bit about what's coming up here in this series and the homestand looking forward. So here's manager Pete Incaviglia on all that stuff. Ended up going 2-2 on that series because sometimes the Lemurs looked absolutely amazing. In the other couple of games, they looked a little bit flat.
Yeah, well, I thought we played all the games very well. I mean, we lost 1-0 the first game. Their pitcher threw very well. Johnson was everything is advertised, so got to tip your hat on that one. Thought we came back and played pretty good in the continuation game. Thought we swung the bats better, attacked the baseball better. That 2-0 suspended game was a little shady for me. Fact that the GM came down and said he wasn't putting the tarp on no matter what because it was dangerous, and it's just funny to me that they could get the tarp on the first game, but they couldn't get on it the second game. So I thought Zimmer, their pitcher, threw pretty well, but we had first and second. 1 out in the top of the 6th, and we didn't get an opportunity. I thought, we played a good, solid game that game, and then we played really well the last game, and we did everything. We pitched well, we swung the bats well. I feel pretty good about the road trip. That's one of the best teams in this league, and I thought, we could have won all those games. So, with a timely hit here, or we had a ball bounced our way one time. So, I feel pretty good about where we're at and what we're doing, and we're just continue to just go out and grind every day. And I still think the best is yet to come with this ball club because it's very talented. And most of those teams that are in first place or Have had had a 7 or 8 game run, and I keep believing that at some point we're going to reel off 7 in a row because I always believe that talent rises to the top.
Luis Poyorena had a great outing in the first ball game up in
Yeah.
Sioux City. I believe it was 5 1/3 he went before he ended up hitting a batter, and then the next batter got a base hit. So he went 5 innings without getting another hit. In fact, he had a perfect game through at least 5. He's starting here tonight. I mean, he has been magnificent since he's been into the rotation for the Laredo Lemurs. Talk a little bit about what you're looking for him this evening.
I mean, he's just been unbelievable. I mean, he's been giving us pretty much 8 solid innings every time out. Throw strikes, pound the zone. Has very good command of all his pitches right now, and we feel like he's one of our best pitchers, if not the best pitcher that we have in our rotation. And I don't know where we'd be without him because it seems like he's always pitching after a tough 2-game loss. Put things back into perspective. We have a number one right now. I believe it's him. I mean, just the way he can. Can't say enough about Luis. He's just been phenomenal for us the last 3 starts.
In Greg Hawley's start up in Sioux City, he hit a little bump in the road. It really didn't seem like the Greg Hawley that we're used to seeing. He's been magnificent all season long, except for this one game.
Yeah, well, that happens. I mean, I remember, I played with Nolan Ryan for a lot of years, and he used to say this, a starting pitcher gets 32 starts, and 10 of them you're going to have all your stuff, and 10 of them you're not going to have anything, and there's going to be 10 in the middle where you got a little bit, and that's going to make or break your season. And Hawley's been pitching very well for us. He's been one of our best pitchers all year, and he's kept us in games, and he's pitched a little bit of tough luck. We haven't scored a lot of runs for him, and then when we do, he goes out there and struggles. So it's just a little bit of bad luck, and he'll be on the hill tomorrow, and he'll be fine, and he'll go out and be his normal self. But you're going to have games where just for whatever reason, it's baseball. You just got to chalk it up to baseball and forget about it. He just, he couldn't command the baseball, and he was leaving a lot of pitches in the middle of the plate, and nobody wants to go out there and do that. But those things happen. You can blame it on a lot of things. Fatigue. Tired. Just not. I think I don't think his mechanics were fine. It's just one of those things where he just couldn't command that sinker. He couldn't throw it where he wanted to, and left it in the middle, and he got banged around a little bit.
Ty Morrison has been a great pickup so far for the Lemurs. He plays a really nice center field. He's in the leadoff spot. He's getting on base a lot. How excited are you about him?
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm surprised that this guy is available, to be honest with you. He's been amazing. He's a 5-tool guy, can, play great defense. He can throw, he can bunt, he can steal bases, and he can hit, and, hit with a little bit of pop too. I mean, he's not like he's a Punch and Judy. I mean, he can drive the ball in the gaps and gives you a good, solid quality at bat every time out. And, for us, we needed that type of guy, a leadoff guy. And, like I always tell you, there's pieces to the puzzle, and, we'll continue to, fill those pieces. And, I think that he is one of the biggest pieces we've found all year, no question.
During the Sioux City series, Dennis Phipps got on base 9 consecutive times.
Yeah.
He reached on walks, he reached on singles, and he reached on a double. Just an amazing player that you have on your baseball team batting in the 4 and 5 spot.
Yeah, I mean, Phippsy is, what can you say about Phippsy? All you can say is, somebody in Major League Baseball needs to come down here and take a look at him, because there's nothing he can't do either. I mean, he can hit the ball as far as anybody. He runs real well. He plays a great defense, got a great arm. He's a great teammate, plays for all the right reasons, plays for the logo on his chest. I mean, he's just been magnificent. Team's been pitching around him, and he's got a, great approach, great plan, and, he's going to take his walks, and he trusts the guys in front of him and behind him that they'll get it done. And, he's been fantastic for us in that cleanup spot in the 5-hole.
That's Lemurs manager Pete Incaviglia. We'll be back with more in the start of the ball game coming up next.
Laredo Lemurs Baseball is on the air, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade 40, Whataburger of Alice. And now here's Bill Harrington with all your Laredo Lemurs play-by-play action.
All right, Lemurs fans, Bill Harrington along with Cameron Songer here at Uni-Trade Stadium, and we're just about ready for baseball. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. For the Joplin Blasters, who come in with a record of 30 wins and 22 losses on the year, they sit in second place in the American Association South Division, and Michael Gonzalez is going to lead off. He'll play shortstop. Mitch Glasser's playing second base. He'll bat in the 2-hole. Yasier Gomez will play out in left field. He'll bat third. Carlos Ramirez will play first base. He's going to bat in the 4th spot. Jake Taylor's the DH. He'll bat 5th. Omar Luna's the third baseman. He'll bat in the number 6 spot. And Jesus Solorzano is going to play right field and bat 7th. Oscar Mesa's in center field. He's batting 8th. And Juan Medina, the catcher for the Joplin Blasters here tonight, he will bat in the 9-hole. So there goes Luis Poyorena getting up on top of the hill. And we're just about ready to go here. Stepping up to the plate is Michael Gonzalez for the Joplin Blasters. And we're waiting for the fence to be shut down the right field line. All the way down there at the 345 marker, we have an open fence where the players come out. They come out through the clubhouse over the right field wall. They walk down the right field line and go to their selected dugout. So Michael Gonzalez getting ready to go. The Joplin Blasters wearing black tops with gold numbers and letters. They have gold outline on them. And the Laredo Lemurs tonight wearing their gold tops with black numbers and letters. They have white outline on their uniforms. Lemurs wearing their white pants and the Joplin Blasters wearing their road gray pants. Your umpires for today's game: Tim Kramer's behind the plate, Cody Lowe over at first base, and Marty Bowers over at third this evening. We're just about ready to go. We'll get to the defense for the Lemurs here in just a second. Luis Poyorena will throw a pitch. It is a little bit low, and your game time is 7:37 here at Uni-Trade Stadium. It's the outside corner for a strike. That'll even up the count at 1-1 strike to Michael Gonzalez. Michael Gonzalez starting the day with a .318 batting average for Joplin. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That's a pitch on the outside corner again. 1-2 strikes. That's one thing Luis Poyorena can do all night long, is hit those outside corners against batters. And he'll set here and deliver. That one is swung on and missed. Michael Gonzalez strikes out. That pitch just kept diving away from Gonzalez, so a nasty pitch there to the right-handed batter. And Michael Gonzalez looked a little overmatched that time, and that's not easy to do to that guy. Michael Gonzalez, a very solid hitter. Gonzalez now on the season with 23 strikeouts in the book. Mitch Glasser coming up to the plate. Mitch Glasser batting .316 on the year, so a couple of 300 hitters to step into the batter's box first for Joplin. Here's the delivery from Poyorena. Bunt shown and pulled back, and he watches it go over the plate for a strike. Luis Poyorena starts the day with a record of 3 wins and 1 loss, a 2.43 ERA. He has pitched in 24 games for Laredo, and he's making only his 4th start here. He'll throw another strike on the outside corner, another fastball there. 1-1 strike. If you're watching the video screen, you'll, like I said, he threw in 24 in rotation, and he's been stellar every since. No balls and 2 strikes to Glasser, so Poyorena attacking guys right out of the box. The pitch, a swing and a line drive down the right field line. It's past the diving Geiger, and it bounces off the sidewall down the right field line, and Dennis Phipps is going to have to get it back into the infield. So a double for Mitch Glasser, and he ends up taking it the other way as the ball was pulling away from him. He's a right-handed batter, so the ball was going away from the right-handed batter, and he was able to reach out and poke it right past the diving first baseman, Dustin Geiger. So now we'll try to get you the defensive lineup for the Lemurs. They have Richardson out in left field, Morrison's in center, Phipps over there in right. Silverio will introduce himself at third base, and Medeiros is playing short. Taylor at second and Geiger at first base tonight. Brian Peterson back behind the plate for the Lemurs. So a lefty-lefty matchup here. And the pitch from Poyorena misses low and outside. So he'll throw the slider there, the Yasier Gomez, to lead things off. So a 1-0 count and a runner at second base for the Joplin Blasters to get things going. 1 out in the inning. The delivery, swung and a ground ball down the third base line. That might be in for extra bases. Around third and heading home is Glasser. Pulling up at first base is Yasier Gomez. And the Joplin Blasters are on the board in the first inning. It's 1-0 Joplin. Now the Blasters taking Luis Poyolena the other way both times here to get those base hits. So maybe they have a game plan coming into the ball game to take Poyolena the opposite way. So Carlos Ramirez will be coming up to the plate next. So Carlos Ramirez, a former member of the Laredo Lemurs, into the batter's box. And the first pitch he sees is at the letters on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Carlos Ramirez batting very well. He's batting .298 so far this year. He's in his 7th professional season, in his 2nd year in Indy ball. He was with the Laredo Lemurs last year, like I said, as the next pitch comes inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ramirez. Luis Poyolena has pitched in 2 games so far this year against Joplin, but he has not made a start against the Blasters, so they've only seen him out of the bullpen. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. A strike on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A fastball there from Poyolena. Carlos Ramirez playing in his 51st game of the season. In fact, the Joplin Blasters only playing in their 53rd. The Laredo Lemurs have 55 games under their belt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's coming up. They'll be making those games up in August. All of them will be made up in Kansas City. The 1-2 pitch swung on and a line drive into left field. That's going to drop for a hit. That was a changeup from Poyolena, and he did not fool Carlos Ramirez right there as Ramirez roped it into right field. So now runners at first and second base, and that's three straight hits for the Joplin Blasters. That'll bring up Jake Taylor to the plate. Taylor's the designated hitter. So Brian Peterson out from behind the plate quickly. He'll have a few words with Poyolena before heading back behind the plate. So Jake Taylor getting ready to step into the batter's box. Jake Taylor batting .310 on the year. Just looking up and down this batting order for the Joplin Blasters, and they are hitting the ball pretty well as a team. In fact, you look at their team overall, and they're currently the 2nd team in hitting with a .291 team batting average. The first pitch to Jake Taylor's fouled away. They're lacking a little bit in the power category, but they get the base hits. They only have 26 home runs as a club. The Lemurs on the year are doing very well in the home run category. They have 47. No balls and 1 strike. A runner at first and a runner at second base with 1 out. The pitch swung on a ground ball over to Taylor. Taylor will flip to Medeiros for 1. Back over to first base, and that's a double play. That's going to end things here for the Blasters, but they do pick up a run on 3 hits. There are no errors and 1 left. We're going to go to the bottom of the first inning. The Lemurs are coming up to the plate. They're down 1-0.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuit.
Laredo Lemurs starting lineup for Dustin Geiger's the first baseman, batting third. Dennis Phipps is in right field. He'll bat in the 4th spot. Kevin Taylor at second base. He'll bat fifth. Batting sixth is Juan Silverio, playing third base. Brian Peterson does the catching. He's batting seventh. Jared Medeiros is at shortstop, batting eighth. And Jeudy Valdez batting ninth and working as the designated hitter tonight. So here we go. Ty Morrison getting ready to step into the batter's box. Ty Morrison batting out of his mind right now. In 12 games for the Laredo Lemurs, he's hitting .417. Absolutely ridiculous. He ended up going 8 for 15 in the Sioux City series. So here he is into the batter's box against Jorge Martinez. Martinez fires, and that's a strike on the outside part of the plate, slightly underneath the letters, a fastball from Martinez. 1-0 Joplin. They put up a run on 3 hits there in the top of the first inning, so they strike first in the ball game and in the series. Here's the pitch to Morrison on the 0-1. Same pitch, just a little bit further outside, so that one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Martinez on the season. He's 6-2 with a 2.54 ERA. This is his 12th start of the year. The 1-1. Breaking ball, slugged, and on a line into right field. Racing it down is Solorzano. He'll put his mitt up over his head and make the catch. So a nice hit there by Ty Morrison. He really clubbed it, but it ends up finding a mitt in right field. And Solorzano. Here comes Devontre Richardson to the plate. By the way, Ty Morrison is on a 9-game hitting streak, so he'll have a few more at-bats here tonight to try to extend that. Devontre Richardson now stepping into the batter's box for Laredo. He's doing very well as well, batting .351 on the year. He'll see a strike on the inside corner, slightly above the belt, a fastball to get things going to Devontre. Devontre currently 4th in the league with that .351 batting average. No balls and 1 strike. Martinez will work quickly. He's right back into the windup. Here's the pitch. A strike on the outside corner, a fastball. No balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Joplin. Wind blowing briskly out towards the left field stands here. It's kind of towards the left, kind of towards the left field stands. The 0-2 swung on and missed. There's strike 3. So Richardson strikes out on a high fastball. And Dustin Geiger coming up to the plate for the Laredo Lemurs. So Jorge Martinez doing well out of the box through the first 2 batters against the Laredo Lemurs. So Geiger going to step up to the plate for Laredo. Jorge Martinez is currently 4th in the league in strikeouts. With that one right there, it's number 62 on the season. And he starts the night throwing 67 1/3 innings against opponents. Here comes the pitch to Geiger. That is a strike on the inside part of the plate. Martinez against the Lemurs this year. He's made 2 starts against Laredo. He has a 1-0 record and a 2.77 ERA over 13 innings. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed. A changeup there from Jorge. Jorge Martinez has only given up 4 Laredo Lemur runs on 8 hits, and he has struck out 14 Lemur batters over those 13 innings. That's all coming into the game. Here's the 0-2 delivery. A fastball up. So making it a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dustin Geiger. Geiger starting the day batting .311 overall. That's between Wichita and Laredo. He's really starting to pick up the batting average with the Lemurs, though. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's tipped into the glove, actually, and it's strike 3. So the catcher holds on to that one, and it's 3 up and 3 down for the Laredo Lemurs here in the first. It's 1-0 Joplin. We're going to the top of the second. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5. Call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at laredolemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas, as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Del Mar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, where you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym.
All right, Bill Harrington along with Cameron Songer here at Uni-Trade Stadium. We're bringing you all the action tonight, like we always do. We're your Lemurs broadcasters. Omar Luna is going to start things off. He'll be followed up by Jesus Solorzano, and then Oscar Mesa will come up to the plate. So Luna, a former Lemur as well. Spent a short time with the Laredo Lemurs last season at the very beginning of the year. So Luna into the batter's box. He's ready to go against Poyorena. The first pitch from Luis Poyorena misses outside. It's 1-0 Joplin. So Mitch Glasser with one out, doubled in the last half inning. And then Yasir Gomez hit a single to drive him home. Another pitch here, misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. And Luis Poyorena, bent at the knees, bent at the waist. He'll get the sign from Brian Peterson and throw home on the 1-0. That's low, 2 balls and no strikes. So Poyorena's got to bring the ball up just a little bit, but it's always better to keep the ball low than it is to elevate it and get it up towards the letters. That's when you end up running into a lot of trouble. The 2-0 pitch, a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch there from Poyorena. In fact, that was about as perfect as a pitch gets. Right on the corner, right at the knees, and had a little break to it. Here comes the 2-1. Another strike. That was a straight fastball there that hits the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the batter, Oscar Mesa. Oscar Luna. Omar Luna. Jeez. I'll get it right sooner or later. The 2-2. Swung on and a ground ball up the first baseline, foul. So we'll keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Omar Luna, the third baseman from the Dominican Republic, 5'11", 205 pounds, batting .288 on the season. He's got 57 hits on the year, and he's coming off a series against the Amarillo Thunderheads. He played 4 games against Amarillo, and he swings here and pops it up over to the right side. That will get back into the stands, just out of the range of Dustin Geiger over there. Yeah, he picked up 5 hits in that series, ended up having 18 total at bats. Scored a couple of runs, picked up an RBI as well on Saturday. Here's the throw, fire away over to first base, and Joplin won the last. So a split between those 2 teams. And the Joplin Blasters find themselves in second place for the first time in a long time. I think at the very beginning of the season, Wichita was up there in first place, and then Joplin came on very strong. And they ended up taking over first place, and they stayed there for quite a while. Now they're back in second. Only a half game out, though. Solorzano takes a breaking. Poyorena will throw again, and that's a breaking ball that breaks away. And it misses outside. So an even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Solorzano from Venezuela, the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. Another fastball from Luis Poyorena. And the 1-2 swung on and fouled away. That'll take a bounce off the stadium club and go down into the stands. So a Monday here in Laredo. I'm sure it's a Monday where you're at as well. At least I hope it is. The 1-2 pitch swung on and a ground ball over to the right side. That'll slip through between the first baseman and the second baseman. Jesus Solorzano with a base hit. Oscar Mesa coming up to the plate. For Solorzano, that's his 44th hit of the year. And that'll help out his .285 batting average a smidge. So here's Oscar Mesa. Oscar Mesa with a .301 batting average. He ended up picking up 3 hits in that Amarillo series overall. Ended up going 3 for 13, earned a couple of walks as well. 1 out and a runner at first base. Lemurs looking for another double play ball. They've already turned 1 in the game. And the pitch is a little bit low. A breaking pitch there from Luis Poyorena. Oscar Mesa looking down at the third base coach, who's actually the manager, Carlos Lescano, down there at the third base coaching box. And the 1-0. Low. 2 balls and no strikes. Oscar Mesa batting in the 8th spot. And Juan Medina, one of the newer blasters, is up next. Oh, a toss over to first base and back in safely is Solorzano. Solorzano on the season does have 6 stolen bases. So he'll pick and choose his spots. He's got a pretty good lead over there right now, though. And another toss to first base, and Poyorena puts on a little bit better move than he had last time. And we'll see if he has one more move above that in his back pocket. 2 balls and no strikes to Mesa. The Joplin Blasters had yesterday off. The pitch, a strike on the inside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike, just like the Lemurs did. The Lemurs spent a lot of that time in the bus. The Joplin Blasters were at home for the off day, and they ended up leaving at midnight to get down here to Laredo. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Swung on and a fly ball down the right field line. It looks like it's going to curve out of play, and it will. It'll hit on the picnic benches down the right field line and then bounce up into the stands. Yeah, so they left at midnight from Joplin, and they didn't pull into Laredo until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Seems like kind of a long ride. So they didn't actually pull into the ballpark until 6:30. 2 balls and 2 strikes, so they checked into the hotel, maybe got a little rest, then came on over. The 2-2 pitch is low. I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess and say they got a lot of food. Probably went to eat. That'd probably be the number 1 thing on the agenda when you got a couple hours before a game. Oscar Mesa looking at a 3-2 count. Runner at first base and 1 out. Well, if Solorzano's going to run, it's going to be right here, and he does take off, but the ball's fouled away. So Solorzano will head back to first base, and Oscar Mesa will see another pitch. Oscar Mesa in his 6th professional season, his 3rd in the U.S. He's played in indie ball the whole time. He's 28 years old, and he lives in Miami, Florida, but he was born in Cuba. He actually attended a university in Cuba. The runner goes. The pitch is hit well into the air, out to center field. Morrison has this one under control, though. He'll reach in and make the catch. So 2 outs up on the board, and a runner at first base still, and here comes Juan Medina. Like I said, Medina brand new with the club, with the Joplin Blasters, only playing in his 18th game with the team. He has a 128 batting average so far. He's 6 for 47. And he played in 3 of the games against Amarillo, ended up going 1 for 3. So he had 1 game where he actually just came in and did some catching. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball in the inside corner to Juan Medina. He's from Valencia, Venezuela. 6'1", 215 pounds. He's 29 years old. And the 0-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. A late swing there by Medina, and Brian Peterson comes out of his crouch looking to throw down to first base, but he holds on to the ball. So Michael Gonzalez is on deck. He's the number 1 hitter in the batting order. 1-0 Joplin. 2 down in the inning. The pitch. This is inside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, another day up over 100 degrees here as we start the game in Laredo, Texas. The 1-2 swung on and fouled back. I never gave you the actual game time temperature today. It's part of my thing. I forgot to do one of my things that I do. Very disappointed in myself. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, it was 100 degrees exactly at game time, by the way. So now you can relax back at home. I know you're on the edge of your seat waiting for me to tell you the temperature at game time. The 1-2 swung on and fouled off. That'll get up and just slightly over the ballpark. So another 1-2 pitch. 1-0 Joplin. I did give you your game time start, though. 7:37 tonight. They usually go hand in hand, but I broke them up. The 1-2. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Juan Medina. Playing his 6th year professional baseball, his 4th year in the indie ranks. Briefly last season with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs as the fastball misses high. Those over in the Atlantic League. Medina did not play in 2012 or in 2013. He started his pro career in the Cubs farm system back in 2008 with the Dominican Summer League. He was 22 years old at the time. So Poyorena looking in, getting the sign from Brian Peterson. He'll set very low and throw home, and that one swung on a ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. And rounding second base is Luis Solorzano, but he's going to hang in there. And Juan Medina has a base hit. That's going to be his 7th hit since joining the club. So now runners at first and second base with 2 down. Luis Poyorena now up to 40 pitches on the night. So he needs to get an out here quickly. Michael Gonzalez is going to be the batter. Well, when he first faced off against Michael Gonzalez, he ended up striking him out. We'll see how he does here against him in this at-bat. So Michael Gonzalez right in the middle of the batter's box, but pretty close to the front line, right where home plate is. So he likes to stand close to the plate. The delivery is in the dirt. Brian Peterson blocks that one. He's going to turn around and get a new baseball. In fact, the home plate umpire himself will throw it in. Every now and then the umpires like to show off their arms. They say, yeah, I used to play a little ball. The 1-0. Called the strike on the inside corner. Breaking ball there. Had a little movement in towards the batter. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down in the inning. 1-0 Joplin. We're in the top of the second. And the pitch is low and inside. Brian Peterson had to get out of his crouch to grab that one. Two balls and 1 strike. Poirena delivers, and it's high for a ball. So 3-1. So now Poirena in danger. Michael Gonzalez puts his bat right behind his head. And the 3-1 pitch swung and a ground ball up to the shortstop. Maderos will grab it. He'll go over and touch the bag at second base, and that's going to do it for the Joplin Blasters. 45 pitches in the books today so far for Luis Poirena, but the Lemurs are able to work out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Joplin.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes. ArmadilloHomes.com. Go Lemurs.
Breakfast speaks for itself here at Whataburger. It's going to be hot, it's going to be fresh.
It's almost like when you were a kid and you wake up in the morning, you can smell mom cooking breakfast.
I like their hash browns.
My favorite's the honey butter chicken biscuit. I like the taquitos.
We have some fresh cracked eggs here.
I like these pancakes because they're fluffy.
I really like the fact that you can get into Whataburger real fast and bring it on the go.
We're cooking breakfast for you at Whataburger.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
All right, the Lemurs coming up as we go to the bottom of the second inning. It's 1-0 Joplin. So it's going to be Phipps, Taylor, and Silverio coming up to the plate for the Laredo Lemurs in this half inning. And we'll see if they can get more up to the plate. Jorge Martinez was fabulous in his first appearance up on the mound in the first inning. He ended up setting the Lemurs down in order and picked up a couple of strikeouts for his efforts. So here's Phipps. And Jorge Martinez will wind and throw home, and that pitch, a fastball, hits the outside part of the plate. Dennis Phipps on the day. He's batting .350 to start things up. Currently 5th in the American Association in hitting. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is outside. Yeah, Phipps with 72 hits on the season now for the Laredo Lemurs. He has been fun to watch this year. A 1-1 delivery. Swung and fouled straight back. In fact, Phipps currently third in the league in hits with 72. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phipps playing in his 56th game of the year. He's played every single game so far for the Lemurs. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled back. So we'll see another 1-2 pitch coming up to Phipps. So this is the first of a 3-game set between these two clubs. The Laredo Lemurs and the Joplin Blasters. And then after this, the Wichita Wingnuts are coming into town for 4 games. So a really big homestand for the Lemurs. The 1-2. Curveball misses inside. Phipps has to do a little jackknifing out of the way of that one. 1-0 Joplin. I mean, to date, this is probably the biggest homestand for Laredo. And the 2-2 kick and throw. That is high for a ball. And they got the 2 teams right in front of them that are here. And the Lemurs 3 games back behind Wichita and 2.5 games back behind the Joplin Blasters. So Joplin just a half game back behind Wichita. The 3-2 delivery. Outside, ball 4. Well, manager Peter Gavilia mentioned it in the pregame show, and if you were with us, you heard him say that teams are just deciding to pitch around Dennis Phipps right now, and that might have been a case right there where Jorge Martinez said, well, I'm not going to mess with this guy. We'll go ahead and just put him on. He can do damage with 1 swing of the bat. And I'll take my chances with the next guy, Kevin Taylor. Well, Kevin Taylor, no slouch by any means. Very good hitter in his own right. Taylor has struggled here at Uni-Trade Stadium so far this season. He's really night and day between the road and home. Here's the pitch. He'll show bunt and pull back, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Kevin Taylor here in this ballpark batting only .233. But when he's away from Uni-Trade Stadium, he's batting .351. So in a sense, 2 different guys. Phipps over there at first base. He's got his lead. And a toss back over to first base, and he's back in easily. Just kind of took a couple of side steps and was right back into the first base bag. 1-0 Joplin. So we'll see if Kevin Taylor can turn his fortune around here at Uni-Trade Stadium down the stretch. The pitch, low. Fastball low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor also kind of like this with righties and lefties up on the mound. Against right-handed pitching, he's batting .290. And here's a surprise. Against left-handed pitching, he's batting a ridiculous .370. Here's the 1-1. A breaking ball swung on and smacked into the plate, and it rolls foul. A little bit over to the right. So the home plate umpire will throw that one back in. So a new baseball put into play for the Joplin Blasters pitcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kevin Taylor. Taylor out of Portland, Oregon, 6 foot even, 200 pounds, went to Western Nevada University. He played in the Dodgers system. He was drafted back in 2011 by the Los Angeles Dodgers. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball swung on and a ground ball, chopped up to the pitcher. He'll throw over to second for 1. The flip back to first base is not going to be in time. So Phipps is out at second on the 1-6 put out. And there's 1 out there, and Kevin Taylor safe on the fielder's choice at first base, and Juan Silverio now coming up to the plate for the Lemurs. So 1 out up on the board, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Blasters. So Silverio will dig in from the right side of the batter's box. Juan Silverio struggled a little bit in the Sioux City series. He ended up going 1 for 14. He got a base hit in the second game of the series, ended that day 1 for 5. But over the last 2 games, he's 0 for his last 6. So he's looking to wake up his bat. Runner at first base and 1 out. The pitch, breaking ball swung on, and that one's popped back up and over the screen, and that will get on top of the roof here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Kevin Taylor, by the way, with 4 stolen bases on the year for the Laredo Lemurs. Silverio batting .262. And the 0-1. Swung on, and there goes the bat over by the dugout. And the catcher has the baseball. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. So Silverio flung his bat, and it helicoptered over by the dugout. And the third base coach for the Lemurs, Gibby Bellacuellar, will grab it and throw it back to Silverio. No balls and 2 strikes to Juan Silverio. 5 hits up on the board for Joplin. Lemurs still looking for their first hit of the ball game. On deck for the Laredo Lemurs is the catcher Brian Peterson. No balls and 2 strikes as the shade is taken over here on the field. The only part of the field left in sunshine is out there in right center. The 0-2. Fastball away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. Juan Silverio started his professional career at the age of 17 out of the Dominican Republic. He was signed by the Chicago White Sox back then. Can you imagine? 17 years old. Getting signed to play professional baseball. The 1-2, a breaking ball swung on and missed. There's strike 3. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. And Brian Peterson coming up to the plate now for the Lemurs.
Next up for the Lemurs, the catcher, number 26, Brian Peterson.
Peterson did not play in yesterday's, or in Saturday's game. It's hard to remember that we had a Sunday off. So weird. Usually you think they would try to make us play every weekend. Obviously, you want the attendance. People come out on Saturday and Sunday. You would expect that we'd be playing those days. 1 ball and 2 strikes, but we did not play on Sunday. Neither did the Blasters. The 1-2. Excuse me. That's a new count to Brian Peterson. They have 1 ball and 2 strikes up on the scoreboard, and they just changed it. So it's now 1-0. Creature of habit. So yeah, Peterson did not play in the Saturday game against Sioux City, but he's in the starting lineup here today. The 0-1. That one is a fastball in the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Peterson. 2 outs and a 1-0 lead for the Joplin Blasters. Over there at first base for the Lemurs is Kevin Taylor. Brian Peterson moving up in the batter's box just a little bit. In fact, his back foot is near the back triangle of the plate. Kind of gives you an idea where he's standing in the box. The 0-2 delivery. Breaking ball swung on and a line drive up the middle, a base hit. Taylor will go to second base, but he'll pull up there with the strong arm of Oscar Mesa out there in center field. So the Lemurs will move runners up to first and second base on the play, and Jared Medeiros coming up to the plate. Do I dare say the hot-hitting Jared Medeiros getting an opportunity? Well, he did have 3 hits for the very first time in his professional career in the game on Saturday against Sioux City. All going 3 for 4 on the day. Boom. And all of them solid base hits, not one of them a cheapie. 1-0 Joplin. Medeiros into the batter's box. Fresh out of St. John's University. He played 55 games there this year with St. John's. Runners at first and second and 2 down. The pitch from Martinez, and that's a strike at the letters. So 0-1 to Medeiros. Jared batting .211 on the season, so that helps boost him up and over the 200 mark with those 3 hits that he picked up the other day. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch again from Martinez, and that one swung on and missed. Change up there for Medeiros, and he was way out in front of it. So no balls and 2 strikes. Looks like they got to turn the lights on here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Martinez looks back at second a couple of times. Now he'll throw home, and it's swung on and missed. There's strike 3. So the Lemurs get a couple of base runners here in the second inning, but they can't bring a run across. We're going to head to the top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Joplin, and you're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people. Epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, break dancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, so on tap tonight in the American. Stepping up to the plate, it's going to be Blasters in the lead. And Glasser into the batter's box. Glasser in his first at bat. He picked up a double, ended up coming in to score when Yasier Gomez drove him in. And the first pitch from Pollo Reina is on the inside corner for a strike. So here's your games going on tonight in the American Association. Sioux City's up over Lincoln right now, 3-2. They're in the top of the fifth. Sioux City playing at home. Here's the 0-1. That is low for a ball. By the way, Sioux City was the very last ballpark that the Laredo Lemurs had to go to in the American. Well, I should say the very last city that the Lemurs had to go to, because there is a brand new ballpark up in St. Paul we haven't been to yet. The 1-1 pitch on the inside corner for a strike. But Sioux City was the last team we got to visit since the Laredo Lemurs were born back in 2012. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the delivery swung on a line drive into left field. A hot shot there by Mitch Glasser. He has 2 hits in the ball game. And Yasier Gomez coming up to the plate. So Sioux City's up over Lincoln 3-2 in the top of the 5th inning. St. Paul's up over Winnipeg 2-1. They are playing in St. Paul in that ball game. 1-0 Joplin here. Sioux Falls 3, Wichita 0. That game in the top of the 5th, so that can benefit the Lemurs down the road here, not only in this game, but maybe moving forward. Amarillo and Grand Prairie playing each other. Ooh, 4-1 Amarillo. Here's Yasier Gomez, the pitch to the left-handed batter. He'll take a strike on the outside part of the plate. Fastball from Luis Poyorena. Gary 3, Kansas City 0. They're in the top of the 4th. The Jackals are playing the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks. The Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks are taking a tour of the Can-Am League right now. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and chopped off the plate. That's going to go foul. So New Jersey's up 1-0. And here we have a score of 1-0 with the Joplin Blasters and the Laredo Lemurs. Joplin in the lead.
Well, one note on that Winnipeg-St. Paul game. The team's wearing Negro League throwback jerseys, so check out the pictures of that on Twitter if you want to check out the St. Paul Saints there. It's a gorgeous look for both teams.
Very nice. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Called a strike. Called strike 3, in fact. So Yasier Gomez is going to be rung up, and there's 1 out. Speaking of some fun promotions, yesterday up in Wichita, the Wichita Wingnuts hosted Pete Rose for the day. So the Hit King went into Wichita. He did a little coaching at first base, did a little coaching at third. I'm sure he was able to talk to the players before the game. That's probably part of the thing that he does when he goes to ballparks. But they had over 4,000 people there in Wichita yesterday for the ball game. Here's the first pitch to Carlos Ramirez. He'll look outside, and it misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Ramirez. Joplin up 1-0. And Pete Rose also stayed after the game and signed some autographs for the fans. The 1-0 delivery. A strike right at the letters on the outside part of the plate. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Joplin with 6 hits here tonight. But Luis Poyorena so far has been able to work out of trouble. Luis Poyorena getting his first start in his hometown. The pitch swung on, popped up over by the Lemurs dugout. Racing over there is Geiger. Geiger will watch it bounce on top of the dugout and go ping-ponging into the stands. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Carlos Ramirez. I've had the opportunity one time to meet Pete Rose, and it was one of those big thrills that you get. As a child, I was just enamored by the guy. I loved watching him play. Anytime I could watch the Cincinnati Reds or the Philadelphia Phillies play ball with Pete Rose on the team, it was a lot of fun. And just to watch the way he played the game was an inspiration. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on a line drive off the tip of the glove of Luis Poyorena. Charging the ball is Taylor. He'll flip it over to first base to get the out. And a nice recovery there by the Laredo Lemurs. The second baseman, after seeing that ball tip off the glove of Luis Poyorena, had to rearrange himself from where he was going and get back to that baseball. And not only that, but Mitch Glasser was passing in front of him. So he had to wait for Glasser to go by. Then he had to charge the ball, grab it, and throw it over to first base to get the out. That'll be the second out of the inning. So Glasser moves up to second with 2 down. And here comes Jake Taylor to the plate. So nice job there by our own Taylor, Kevin Taylor, for the Laredo Lemurs. 1-0 Blasters. And the delivery from Poyorena, that's low. So when I got to meet Pete Rose, it was in Las Vegas. I was there for my 40th birthday. I had never been to Vegas before. It was my first time. And we were walking through the mall in Caesar's Palace, and I guess he's often at this sports place, this sports memorabilia place there, and I had no idea he was there. The 1-0, swung on and fouled off. So me and my buddy are walking by, and there's a sign outside, come and meet Pete Rose, and it was that day. And we just about flipped. Can you imagine? So we went in there, and, the deal is you got to pay a little money, and you can get an autograph from Pete. And there was nobody in line, so we got to sit there and talk to him for a while. The 1-1. And that's a strike on the inside corner. And it was absolutely a thrill of a lifetime. We paid some good money. It was $100. But I tell you what, well worth the money. I would pay it again to get down and sit with Pete Rose for as long as we get. I'd say we were there for 15, 20 minutes talking to him. The 1-2 swung on and fouled away. Finally, somebody came in and wanted to go through the same experience, so we had to give him up. But it was a lot of fun, and if you get a chance to do it, and if you're a Pete Rose fan, I highly suggest you take advantage of it. So Jake Taylor sent with a count of 1-2 strikes. It's 1-0 Joplin with the runner at second base. Still have the baseball that he signed. Still have all the pictures that we took. Those are things you just never get rid of. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, hit well into the air into left field. Richardson going back. He looks like he has a bead on it. He'll stop and make a catch, and that'll do it for the Joplin Blasters. So we're through 2.5 innings. It's 1-0 Joplin, and Luis Poyorena getting into a little bit of trouble, but digging his way out. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 1-0 Joplin.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this. Integrity, responsibility, service, and of course quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
Breakfast speaks for itself here at Whataburger. It's going to be hot, it's going to be fresh.
It's almost like when you were a kid and you wake up in the morning, you can smell mom cooking breakfast.
I like their hash browns.
My favorite's the honey butter chicken biscuit. I like the taquitos.
We have some fresh cracked eggs here.
I like these pancakes because they're fluffy.
I really like the fact that you can get into Whataburger real fast and bring it on the go.
We're cooking breakfast for you at Whataburger.
All right, Jayudi Valdez into the batter's box for the Lemurs, and here's Jorge Martinez throwing home. And it's a changeup, a big swing and a miss there by Jayudi Valdez. So 1-0 Joplin. Jayudi Valdez, in his last game, he had a nice game for the Laredo Lemurs. As he'll look at a pitch here on the 0-1, hit well into left center field. On the run is Gomez. Gomez will get there, though, and make the catch. So Jayudi Valdez is retired. An F7 in your scorebook if you're keeping score back at home. And Jayudi Valdez ended up going 3 for 4 in that last game against Sioux City. In fact, he had a couple of days off. He was really struggling. He was 1 for his last 19, and that one hit was a home run. So he had a couple of days off, then came back strong. He hit the ball well right there, but he ends up flying out. Here's the top of the order, Ty Morrison. Martinez throws, and it's inside and high to Morrison. Morrison had to move his hands in to make sure he didn't get hit by the ball. So 1-0 Joplin. Martinez throws home, bunt shown and pulled back, and that one misses outside, a fastball. So for Jorge Martinez, I told you earlier, a record of 6 wins and 2 losses with a 2.54 ERA. This is his second professional season, both in indie ball. The 2-0, low and inside. He's currently 32 years old and a Cuban native, and began his pro career last season with the York Revolution of the Atlantic League. He started pitching for the Cuban National Series as a 20-year-old and spent 8 seasons with that club. Here comes the 3-0 pitch to Ty Morrison, as Martinez will go into that slow windup with the leg kick and the throw home, and that's a strike on the outside part of the plate, a fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Martinez with the deep breath up on the hill. And he throws again. Breaking ball misses high. That'll be ball 4. And the Lemurs have another base runner. Lemurs are down 1-0 right now. And Devontre Richardson coming up to the plate. The Lemurs saw a base runner in Dennis Phipps in the second. Also, Kevin Taylor reached on a fielder's choice, and Brian Peterson got a single. And they have another walk here against Martinez. Martinez has only given up 19 walks so far this year, including the 2 that he's given up tonight. So Richardson into the batter's box for Laredo. And in the 2-hole, runner at first base for the Lemurs, Ty Morrison. He can run from here and there. And the first pitch to Devontre is in there for a strike. Ty Morrison so far this year for the Lemurs with 3 stolen bases since joining the club. Ty is only playing in his 13th game for Laredo. An 0-1 count. Martinez peeks over his shoulder. He says peekaboo, and the runner goes. The pitch is a changeup. Missed inside. The throw down to second base is not going to be in time, and Morrison slides into the bag. He slid a little bit late, and his legs crumbled underneath him, and he looks to be okay as he gets up. I thought he might have been hurt there for a second. That would not have been good. So now a runner at second base. That's the tying run for the Laredo Lemurs if Devontre Richardson could come up with a big base hit here. Martinez throws the 1-1. That is inside for a ball. Jorge Martinez came to the States as part of a Cuban family reunification parole program. It allows Cuban defectors who are now lawful U.S. citizens to petition for their remaining family members to come to Cuba. Martinez's father-in-law helped him obtain the public interest visa and had him fly to the U.S. 2 years ago, and he currently lives in Miami, Florida. 2 balls and 1 strike. So a quick visit from the catcher Medina up to Jorge Martinez, and we'll see another pitch to Devontre Richardson. And the 2-1, breaking ball, a curve, and that one dives into the plate. The first base umpire is between first and second base. They'll check with him to see if Devontre Richardson went around. He says no, he did not. So keep the count at 3 balls and 1 strike, or actually move it to 3-1. It was 2-1. So give Devontre a ball, and it's now 3-1. On deck for the Lemurs is Dustin Geiger. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Joplin. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Morrison's going to be waved home. He's going to score easily as the ball goes down into the corner. Devontre Richardson's going to go in with a stand-up double. So the Lemurs tie the game at 1 apiece. So Devontre Richardson picks up his 67th base hit of the year and his 26th RBI this season. And for him, that's double number 10. So a 1-1 tie for the Laredo Lemurs and the Joplin Blasters. And coming up to the plate now is Dustin Geiger. So the Lemurs have a chance to get another run with Geiger at the plate and another runner at second base. The pitch swung on and fouled back. Geiger with a good hack there. And the ball was just below his letter, so it was in the nice hitting zone there for Dustin Geiger. Just was able to foul it off, though. Geiger against Sioux City ended up picking up 5 hits. He had 15 at-bats. The 0-1. Swing and a ground ball over to the left side. It'll get through for a base hit. Devontre Richardson's going to be sent home. Here comes the throw from Gomez, and Richardson is in safely. He just hustled through that one. Didn't even bother to slide coming home. He just said, let me use my speed to get by everybody here. And it's now a 2-1 lead for the Laredo Lemurs as Dustin Geiger picks up a big single and grabs an RBI for his efforts. And Dennis Phipps is coming up to the plate, so the Lemurs are moving the line with 1 out. Devontre Richardson into the Lemurs dugout. High fives all around as he's greeted by the team. So 2-1 Laredo. And their big hitter now, Dennis Phipps, into the batter's box. The pitch to Phipps, a strike on the outside corner, slightly above the belt, a fastball. Martinez, he'll set, low at the belt. Now he's going to step off the back of the rubber with Geiger over there at first base. And Dustin Geiger not a huge threat to try to steal a bag. So far this year, he has not stolen a bag for Laredo. He did steal 5 up in Wichita. The pitch swung on, hit well into left center field. Moving back is Oscar Mesa. Mesa will watch it go over his head. It's going to bounce off the warning track and hit the wall. Geiger's going to be waved home. He's coming around from first. Here comes the throw. It's offline. In fact, it gets by everybody, and the pitcher's backing up the play. Dennis Phipps will go over to third base on the throw. Geiger scores from first base. So Dennis Phipps pulling in. He gets an RBI. Really on the move out there, Mesa. The ball actually hit off the bottom of the wall. I thought it hit the warning track first and then hit the wall, but watching the replay, you see that it actually hit the bottom of the wall and then hit the warning track. So Kevin Taylor will come up to the plate for the Lemurs. So it's going to be officially a double, and then Phipps going to third base on the throw as it came home. So the Laredo Lemurs up 3-1 now over the Joplin Blasters, and a quick visit up to the mound by the pitching coach for the Blasters. He's going to try to talk Jorge Martinez down a little bit. Kevin Taylor will be the batter now for Laredo. So the Lemurs getting all 3 of their runs here in this inning, and the infield's going to play in for the Joplin Blasters as Dennis Phipps is at third base with 1 out. So Taylor into the box. Here's the pitch. A breaking ball stays high. Juan Silverio on deck. Still only 1 out for the Lemurs. As the daytime slowly gives away to the nighttime here and the lights start to take over. The 1-0 is in the dirt, but dug out by Medina, the catcher. So the Lemurs bats come alive here in the 3rd inning. It's really the 2nd time around for the Laredo Lemurs, so they got a good look at Jorge Martinez the first time around. You know, they didn't do any damage against him. They got a couple of guys on, but they come up for the 2nd time and they start to do some work against this guy. The 2-0 pitch, a breaking ball, called a strike. That one broke right over the plate and just underneath the letters to Kevin Taylor. That's what batters like to do. If they don't get you on the first time, they'll dissect everything that you're doing up there on the mound and try to get you on the second time. And that's what the Lemurs are doing now. The 2-1 swung on and tipped in and out of the glove of the catcher on the swing. So Kevin Taylor looking at a 2-2 count. So around the infield for Joplin, you got Luna at third, Gonzalez at short, Glasser at second, and Ramirez at first. Ramirez, the first baseman, playing deeper than anybody on the infield right now, just in case something comes smoking at him from the left-handed batter. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on a ground ball. That's going to get into the hole into left field between the shortstop and the third baseman. Taylor with a base hit. Phipps scores a run. The Lemurs are up 4-1. 4 straight batters have come around to score for the Laredo Lemurs. Kevin Taylor may have broke his bat on that hit, but it had enough on it to get through the infield. That'll bring up the next batter, Juan Silverio now. So Silverio to the plate. Silverio in his first at bat, he struck out. 1 of 4 strikeouts for the starting pitcher, Jorge Martinez. So here's Silverio with his .262 batting average. The pitch, swung on and missed, a curveball, and Phipps way out in front of that. I told you earlier, Silverio in a little bit of a funk right now, trying to dig himself out of it. He only had 1 hit in that Sioux City series. Usually don't see this guy swinging like that at pitches. He's usually very solid. The 0-1, a breaking ball hits the inside corner. You see Jorge Martinez there. He dropped down and threw sidearm. No balls and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lemurs have put up 4 runs. Taylor with a lead from first base. Here's the kick and the throw home. A swing and a little pop-up right in the middle of the infield. Right there is Michael Gonzalez behind the bag at second. He'll put it away, and that'll be the second out. So 2 down, and Brian Peterson, the batter. So the Lemurs veteran catcher will get a chance to come up to the plate. Peterson played in 3 games up in Sioux City. He ended up taking the last day off, so manager Pete Cavilla gave Brian Peterson Saturday off, and he got Sunday off as well, of course, for the travel. So back-to-back days off for Brian Peterson, and he had about a half a day off today, I guess. Probably came in, started working out around 4 o'clock with the guys. Here's the pitch to Petey, and that one misses inside for a ball. 1-0, 4-1 Laredo. Brian Peterson has some championships under his belt, and that's a big reason manager Pete Cavilla wants this guy on the team. Here's the 1-0. A fastball up. Peterson won a championship with the Billings Mustangs, a Cincinnati Reds affiliate. He won another one back in 2002 with the Stockton Ports, also a Reds affiliate at the time. He won one with the Corpus Christi Hooks, AA Astros, back in 2006. And the 2006 Toledo Mudhens wins the championship with Peterson at the helm. Here's another pitch that's in there for a strike. So Peterson has a strike on him. And in 2010, Brian Peterson led the Shreveport Captains, who used to be in the American Association, to a championship. Here's the 2-1. Taylor runs. The pitch is swung on and missed. The ball is popped in and out of the catcher's glove. So he has no chance to make a throw down to second base to get Kevin Taylor out. So Kevin Taylor with a stolen base, and Brian Peterson sitting up there with a 2-2 count. 4-1 Lemurs. Brian Peterson also has been an all-star several times. And he was an all-star here in the American Association back in 2012. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was a postseason all-star team that year. So stepping off the back of the rubbers, Martinez. He wants a new set of signs from the catcher. Two balls and 2 strikes. Martinez gets the sign he wants, and he'll throw from the stretch. The pitch swung on and fouled back. So Peterson reaching across the plate that time and getting a piece of it and sending it back to the screen. The ball boy will grab that and take it back into the dugout. Local TV reporter did a assignment today on the Bat Boys that they have here at Uni-Trade Stadium. So if you live in Laredo and you watch KGNS television, you could tune in a little bit later tonight. I'm sure they'll have that feature on about the Bat Boys here with the Laredo Lemurs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The delivery. And that one hits Brian Peterson in the back. So he'll take his base. And that's never comfortable. And coming up to the plate is going to be Jared Medeiros. Medeiros will be the 9th batter to come up to the plate for the Laredo Lemurs. And Jeudy Valdez will step back on deck for the 2nd time in this inning. So Peterson gets drilled right in the back, and that's going to bring Medina up from behind home plate to talk to Martinez. Lemurs up by 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's Jared Medeiros. The Lemurs this year at home, they're 16-12 on the season. And this has really always been a great place for the Laredo Lemurs to play throughout the years. All time, going back to 2012 for the Lemurs, they're 117-63 at home. So this has really been their worst season at home. Here's the pitch. That one is low and outside. If you look, they're just a couple of games up over 500. 4 games over 500 right now at their home ballpark. They're a game under 500 on the road. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Medeiros sees a fastball miss high. But that's pretty impressive home record for the Lemurs. 117-63. A 1-1 count. And this place can definitely pay dividends for a team that gets used to playing here. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Actually tipped into the catcher's glove, says the home plate umpire. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Lemurs like to get strong right-handed power hitters because left field is very live. Outside for a ball. And you could actually see here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Tyson, a veteran. Ball 4, and the Lemurs are going to have the bases loaded. So Medeiros hucks his bat over to the on-deck circle as he takes a bag and earns a walk, and the Lemurs have batted around. So time to look down into the bullpen for Joplin, and nobody's warming up. And Martinez is 1 out away from getting out of the trouble, but the Lemurs have put up 4 runs here. And Martinez so far has thrown 67 pitches on the night, and he hasn't gotten out of the 3rd inning yet. 4-1 Laredo, and Jeudy Valdez is going to step into the batter's box for the 2nd time tonight in this inning. It's going to be his 2nd at bat as well. So every base is occupied with a Lemur. The pitch. A changeup on the inside corner. That's what he started out Valdez with last time, was a changeup. And he starts him out with a changeup this time. Four runs on 4 hits for the Lemurs in the inning. Also, a couple of walks have contributed. In fact, 3 walks have helped out in this inning. It's 4 total walks on the day for Martinez, which is usually not a guy that walks people. The 0-1. High for a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And if you're Jeudy Valdez, after seeing the guy just in front of you earning a walk, maybe stay a little patient up there at the plate. Kevin Taylor's over at 3rd base. Brian Peterson at 2nd. Jared Medeiros is at 1st for Laredo. Martinez from the set. He'll throw, and that one is swung on and missed. Another changeup. Well, he knows Jeudy Valdez is pretty aggressive, and he's going right after that weak spot. So a 1-2 count to Valdez. And Martinez retoes the rubber. And Valdez getting into the batter's box nice and slow, taking his time. Now stepping off the back of the rubber again is the starting pitcher, Martinez. Jeudy Valdez batting .238 on the year. He's got 10 RBIs. Trying to grab another 1 or 2 here for the Laredo Lemurs. 2 outs in the inning. So now Martinez peering in, and a little game of cat and mouse going on now. Valdez will step out of the batter's box. Well, no batter wants to get frozen up there for too long. They don't want to sit in the batter's box for longer than they have to. It seems like Martinez is having a hard time seeing the signs from the catcher. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. I believe it swung on and missed. Yes, swung on and missed. We had a little pause there by everybody. Wanted to make double sure. That's going to do it for the Lemurs, but they strike big. 4 runs on 4 hits. There were 3 walks in the inning and 3 left. There were no errors there by the Joplin Blasters, so the Lemurs strike big. They're up 4-1. We're going to head to the top of the 4th inning. It's Cameron Songer's turn to come to the mic. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people. Epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, break dancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
All right, Cameron Songer going to take over for the next 3 innings. Lemurs are up 4-1.
Thanks, Bill. Omar Luna to lead things off for the Joplin Blasters. He'll be followed by Jesus Solorzano and Oscar Mesa as they get things rolling in the top of the 4th inning. They're trying to regroup after that big 3rd inning for the Lemurs, in which the Lemurs batted around in the bottom of the 3rd, put up 4 runs to take that 4-1 lead. Left-handed hurler Luis Puello Reyna, the Laredo native, comes set and throws. First pitch in there for a strike. Off-speed pitch there to Luna, right in at the knees. Omar Luna at the plate, where he is 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out in his first plate appearance. Swings and hits this one foul into the net. And the count quickly 0-2. That was a long 3rd inning for both sides. We'll see if the pace of this game really picks back up. It was a pretty quick game so far, if you were talking maybe midway through the 2nd or midway through the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. And the count now 1-2 to Omar Luna. He brings a .288 batting average to the plate. He stands in the right-handed batter's box at 5'11", 205 pounds. Here's the pitch. Swings and grounds this one towards second base. That's going to get through into right field. Taylor looked like he broke the wrong way on that baseball. He started running towards the second base bag and watched it go towards the space he vacated. So it's a leadoff single for Omar Luna. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Sometimes you see that happen where the second baseman has to run to cover a base because the runner's going. You're in a situation like that because you're in double play depth, trying to turn a double play and get in position to do that. That was the leadoff hitter, and Taylor, I think, kind of ran the other way from that baseball. So Solorzano to the plate now. With the runner on first is Luna. Luna does have 9 stolen bases on the season. He's in his 9th professional season. The first pitch misses low and inside to Jesus Solorzano. So Puello Reyna trying to keep rolling here. He's now in line for the win, but that was the 7th hit he's allowed. That fastball catches the outside corner for a strike, evening up the count at 1-1. Solorzano is 24 years old, out of Venezuela. He swings and hits this one in the air towards right field. Phipps has to take a couple steps back. He'll camp out under it and make the catch for out number 1. Solorzano is retired for the first time tonight. He singled in his first plate appearance. On the fly out to right field, 1 out. Runner still on first base, and that brings up Oscar Mesa. Lemurs ahead in this game. It's 4-1. Luis Pollo Arena has allowed that 1 run on 8 hits, while the Lemurs in that last inning scored 4 runs on 4 hits, and they batted around. Situational hitting, the Lemurs have gotten it so far tonight. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Before I go too hard complimenting the Lemurs on their situational hitting, I should say they did leave the bases loaded that last half inning, so it's 4-1 right now. It could be a lot worse. From the stretch, here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, lofted towards the first base side, but foul. As that got up over the Whataburger sign near the tarp along the first base side, and some kids will chase after it in the stands. It's a race for the ball. Who's going to get to it? It's still loose. Kid just dove over the front row of seats. Give him the ball. That was a good effort. 0-2 the count to Mesa with the runner on first. And 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back into the net. So we'll do it again. Mesa's playing left field today for the Joplin Blasters. This is his 46th game with the club. He's hitting .301 on the season with 3 triples, 10 doubles, 1 home run, 24 runs batted in. The runner on first is Luna, 1 away. This one swung on, popped up, and fouled off into the net once again. So Mesa doing a nice job of staying alive against Luis Pollo Arena. Mesa is in his 6th professional season, and his 3rd in the United States, all of them in independent ball. He resides in Miami. He was born in Havana, Cuba. Looks at this one low and inside for ball 1. He attended Manuel Fajardo University in Cuba and began his pro career at the Cuban National Series as a 17-year-old. Played 3 seasons there. Swings and hits this one to short. It's bobbled, flipped over to second for 1, back to first, and it is in time for the double play. 6-4-3, the Lemurs turn 2, and this ends up being a 3-up, 3-down inning. The Blasters did get 1 hit, but they don't leave anybody on. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. The Lemurs lead this one 4-1.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at driscollhealthplan.com.
Todos sabemos que podemos lograr más cuando estamos listos. Por eso, decidí matricularme en Texas A&M International University. Quiero un título universitario y las oportunidades que me brindará. Tammy U me ha recibido a mí y a 7,000 estudiantes de todo el mundo. Tammy U me impulsa a ser grande, enciende mi mente y hace mi corazón latir. Imagina las posibilidades cuando eres impulsado por Tammy U.
Inscríbete ahora para verano y otoño. Visita tammyu.edu y sé impulsado.
3, 2, 1, number 1. That's Laredo's #1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off, not good enough, but 25% off, now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles available, makes it the best pricing ever. 2015 Equinox, 2015 Traverse, not 15, but 25% off. And the best financing rates for the best month ever, 1.9 interest. Family Chevrolet of Laredo.com. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Family Chevrolet is the #1 volume Chevy dealer for a reason. Every customer rides during our spring cleaning closeout sale with massive price cuts on 600 Chevys. New 2015 Chevy Cruze. How about 25% off MSRP? Wow, that's huge. Or only $199 a month. New 2015 Malibu for only $269 a month. Or 25% off MSRP. Plus 2 years free maintenance and a 100,000-mile warranty. It's a spring cleaning closeout sale happening now at the #1 volume Chevy dealer. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet.
Back here at Uni-Trade Stadium, home of the Laredo Lemurs, as they kick off a 7-game homestand, their longest remaining homestand of the season. This is game 1 of 3 against the Joplin Blasters, and right after that, they will welcome the Wichita Wingnuts to town. All of those games at 7:30 Central Time, with the exception of Sunday. Of course, the traditional 6 p.m. Sunday start here in Laredo. 4-1 is your score right now, bottom of the 4th inning, and it's the top of the lineup due up this inning for the Lemurs. Ty Morrison to get things started. He's in the left-handed batter's box. Martinez winds and throws, bunt shown, offered at, and missed, strike 1. Morrison is on a 9-game hitting streak. He was 8 for 15 in the Sioux City series. He's 0 for 1 so far today. He walked to start that rally last inning and came around to score the first run. Here's the pitch, swung on, tapped towards first base, played on a couple hops by Ramirez, the underhand toss to the covering Martinez. And it's a 3-1 put out to start things off for the Lemurs in the 4th inning. And that will bring up Devontre Richardson. So Morrison now 0 for 2. He's had 3 plate appearances in this game through 4 innings. He'll definitely get 1, perhaps 2 more chances to extend that hitting streak. And speaking of hitting streaks, here comes Devontre Richardson. He had, earlier this season, a 21-game hitting streak. Came to an end on July 7th. He hit .385 during that stretch, and it was the longest hitting streak in the American Association this season. From the windup, here's the pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner for strike number 1. So during that stretch of 21 games, Richardson hit .385. He's hitting .351 on the season, which is good for top 5 in the league. From the windup, here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off into the net for strike 2. Richardson knocked in the first run last inning for the Lemurs with a double with 1 out. He's now 1 for 2 in the game after striking out in the first inning. So he and Martinez get reacquainted. From the windup, here's the 0-2 offering. Breaking ball, swung on, grounded down the third baseline, but foul. And it bounces off the front of the Joplin Blasters dugout. Blasters sitting in the dugout down the third baseline. Lemurs in the first base dugout. Lemurs wearing their gold tops with black numbers and white pants. Blasters wearing black tops, gold trim and numbers, and gray pants. From the windup, here's the pitch. And that will miss outside for ball number 1. 4-1 is the score. The Lemurs got all 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. While they batted around, got 4 hits, but left the bases loaded. Joplin has 4 runs, or 1 run rather, on 7 hits. This one swung on, hit into shallow center field. Retreating is the second baseman. It's going to bounce off his mitt and get down. He's bobbling the ball, and it's going to get away from Richardson. Stands on second base. That was a situation no one called for the ball. No one called off anyone else. It was a diving attempt in center field by Mesa, the center fielder, and the shortstop Gonzalez tried to go over the shoulder, and I'm pretty sure that's got to be scored as a hit. And Devontre Richardson will stand on second base. And they'll score that a double for Richardson. His second double of the game. That might be talked about and ultimately called a single, and then, a situation where he was able to advance to second. Dustin Geiger at the plate and a runner on second. Lemurs threatening once again. Geiger looks at ball 1 outside. What a crazy play we just saw. The 6 hits. Scoreboard showing 6 hits for each team. Although, by my notes, Joplin has 7. This one hit high and deep towards left field, going back to the track, to the wall. Get out of here! A home run for Dustin Geiger. It's now 6-1 Lemurs. Geiger just turned on that one, pulled it out towards left field, the wind blowing that way, and it's gone. After 4 runs last inning, the Lemurs right back at it. Another replay here on the stream coming up. As you see Richardson leading off of second base, watching that ball just get up in the air, and Geiger lets the wind do the rest of the work. Gomez just watched that one sail over his head in left field. For Geiger, it's his 12th home run of the season, his 5th in a Lemurs uniform, and his 2nd home run in as many games, after he homered on Saturday in that 9-2 win against Sioux City. First pitch to Phipps, in there for a strike. And on the wind, here's the pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2. A 2-run shot for Dustin Geiger made this a 6-1 game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. The base is empty to Phipps. This one lofted up over the backstop and out of play. It bounces off the club level seats and sails back onto the field of play. Sometimes you see it take a carom off the seats in the club level and bounce into the lower bowl for a souvenir. Instead, that one just shot right back down the first base line. Odd caroms here at Uni-Trade Stadium. 1 out, 0-2 pitch on the way to Phipps. Here it is. Breaking ball, misses low. This has not been the kind of game Jorge Martinez had in mind. He's given up 6 runs on 7 hits now against the Lemurs. He's up at 84 pitches. This one swung on, laced back up the middle. That's going to get down into right center field. Phipps has another hit. He'll stand on first base. And once again, 3 straight hits for the Lemurs. And they're cooking again. That top part of the batting order has been deadly. Kevin Taylor now due up. He knocked in a run in his last plate appearance with a single. He's reached base both times, so the first time was in the second inning when he reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Runner on first is Phipps. Lemurs up 6-1. This one swung on, hit off to the left side, foul. And that evens up the count 1-1. 4 runs for the Lemurs last inning in the bottom of the third. 2 runs this inning coming by way of the Dustin Geiger 2-run homer. And then Dennis Phipps follows that up with a single. He stands on first base. Let's see if the bats can stay hot. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to the left side. That's again going to hook foul and out of play. Towards the kids' play area at Uni-Trade Stadium. And ultimately over to the picnic area. A gorgeous night for baseball as the sun is set, the lights are on. It's still a very warm one, but a comfortable breeze in Laredo. And the wind blowing from right to left, about 10 to 15 miles an hour, out towards that left field foul pole. Long hold by Martinez. He comes set and throws, and this one grounded towards short. The backhand, the flip towards second base is going to be in time, and then there's no chance for them to turn 2 as Phipps is retired at second base for the second out of the inning. Kevin Taylor will reach on the fielder's choice for the second time today. He stands on first base, and now with 2 outs, here's Juan Silverio. Silverio in this one's 0 for 2, so he's due. He's hitting .262 on the season, hitting .307 at home compared to .227 on the road. He's been in a little bit of a slump, was 1 for 14 in that series against Sioux City. Righty-righty matchup as Silverio digs into the back of the right-handed batter's box. Martinez gets his sign, checks on the runner over at first, doesn't make a throw, now comes home with it. And this one swung on and missed. Bat slips out of the hands of Silverio and bounces to the backstop. He'll have to walk back and go get it. Bat boy will beat him to it, save Silverio a step or 2. Cute kid in an orange baseball jersey, doing the bat boy job for the Joplin Blasters. Looks like that's the youth all-star team for the Laredo Lemurs, sitting right there by the Joplin Blasters dugout, right in front of us in the press box. 0-1 the count to Silverio. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, catches the outside corner for strike 2. He took a lot off of that one, just 64 miles an hour on the radar gun here at Uni-Trade Stadium. That was just a filthy spot for Martinez. The runner on first is Taylor, 2 outs. And the Lemurs are already ahead 6-1 in this game. Silverio at the plate. Time will be called. Silverio chooses not to step out, remains in the batter's box. So Martinez will put his right foot back on the rubber. He's working from the middle of the pitching rubber. He comes set from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Silverio offered a cut at it, but he couldn't catch up to it. And that will do it for the Lemurs. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. And it's coming by way of the 2-run homer by Dustin Geiger. We're through 4. Lemurs lead 6-1.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada hubbada, boom. which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer. And you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Crowd at the bar making you sweat?
Uh-huh.
Could you use some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in epic nights, maximum refreshment, great times, awesome memories, high fives, smiles, Rocky Mountain refreshment, Blue Mountain refreshment, quadruple epic refreshment, killer parties, and totally refreshed killer parties. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Calle Norte Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation, servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas. Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transports to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS accepts most major medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and many more. Capital Care EMS is locally owned and operated. Call now for your free consultation. 956-712-8911. That's 956-712-8911. Capital Care EMS, creating a new standard in medical transportation. Capital Care EMS, the official ambulance of your Laredo Lemurs.
Back here at Uni-Trade Stadium for the top of the 5th inning. Lemurs leading 6-1. Plenty of run support here for Luis Pueyorena. Lemurs starter back out on the hill to face the number 9 hitter. First pitch misses high to Juan Medina as the Blasters complete just their second trip through the batting order. And the lineup will turn over. This one swung on, hit in the air to short. It bounces off the glove of Medeiros. He gathers, throws, and it's going to be high. Leaping for the catch is Geiger, but it's not going to be in time. That one could have been caught there by Medeiros in the air. Instead, he had to make an effort for it as it bounced off the heel of the glove of Medeiros. Not sure whether they're going to rule that a hit or an error yet. If you ask me, it was an error because it bounced off Medeiros' glove, and they are going to score it an error. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez with a runner on first and no out. It misses low. It's always a tough call, but if the fielder has to make just 1 or 2 steps for it and he gets his whole glove on it, just bounced right out of his mitt. I'm sure Medeiros will tell you that's a play he needs to make. This pitch swung on, hit foul into the net for strike 1. So 1-1 will be the count to Michael Gonzalez. He's the leadoff hitter for the Joplin Blasters. He's 0 for 2 in the game, getting his 3rd crack at Luis Pueyorena here in the 5th inning. Runner on first with no outs for the Blasters, and they'll try to cut into this lead. Pueyorena comes set at the belt. Pickoff throw goes over to first, and diving back in. That was pretty close. Gonzalez needs to watch himself there. Blasters haven't attempted to steal a bag yet in this game. Brian Peterson is behind the plate for the Lemurs. He's one of the good catchers on this Lemurs roster. They actually list 3 catchers on the Laredo Lemurs roster. Luke Bailey, Brian Peterson. They just added Ryan Ortiz and actually just moved Kevin Taylor from being a catcher to an infielder. He had been listed as a catcher earlier in the season. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit in the air, foul off to the right side. Count now 2-2. Joplin has 1 run on 7 hits and no errors. Lemurs, 6 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. No outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Should be a good one. It should be a good series between these 2 teams. 2 of the top 3 teams in the South Division. This pitch swung on, grounded to third. Silverio has it bounce off him. It'll be scooped up by the shortstop Medeiros, and there's no play there. That one just came up on Juan Silverio. Bounced right off his shoulder. I think they're going to score that an error as well. That's 2 straight plays where the Lemurs infielders, just the left side of the infield, has not been able to make a play on a ball that either hit their glove or their body, and that'll draw a mound visit from Lemurs pitching coach Mike Meyer. Pollo Reyna is a guy who has a lot of trust in his infield for the most part, and his fielders. Not a huge strikeout guy. Coming into tonight's game, had 31 strikeouts in 40 2/3 innings pitched. So a guy who likes to leave the ball low in the zone. If hitters make contact, it's not going to be great contact. Let his fielders make some plays, but when your infielders aren't making plays behind you, it messes with the pitcher's psychology a little bit. Only has struck out 2 Joplin batters in this game, and that came in the first 12 batters he faced in the game. Hasn't had a strikeout since the first out of the 3rd inning. There's now no outs in the 5th, and this will be the 3rd batter he faces in the inning. Both runners reaching by way of the error, so none of these runs would be earned. Here's Mitch Glasser. Glasser out of McAllister College. Calls Chicago, Illinois home. He hits .316 so far this season. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Popped foul over the backstop. Glasser's gotten the best of Pollo Reyna so far tonight. He has 2 of the Blasters' 7 hits in the game. A double in the first, and he came around to score the Blasters' only run. He also singled to lead off the 3rd and was stranded at second base. He has a runner in scoring position here. Runners on first and second with no outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. This is going to hook foul down the first base line. Fan looking to make a play on that one. Turns into a scramble for a loose baseball on the concourse level. 0-2 the count to Mitch Glasser. 5'10", 180 pounds. Looking for RBI number 21 on the season for him. He has 8 extra base hits, all of them doubles, no homers. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, hit foul into the backstop. So Glasser stays alive. So the Blasters still looking for their first hit of the inning. Had an error by the shortstop Maderos that allowed Medina to reach to lead off the inning, and then Gonzalez reached on an error by the 3rd baseman Silverio. That also moved Medina up to second base. 0-2 the count. Lefty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. Getting out of the way is Glasser. He had to kind of do a little limbo step. He tried to get out of the way of that one. So 1-2 is the count. Standing on deck is number 5, Yasser Gomez. He's 1 for 2 in the game. He knocked in that run in the first inning for the Blasters. They have some work to do. It's 6-1. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air towards shallow right field. Taylor will backpedal. He'll make the catch. The second baseman. Infield fly rule was in effect there. So an F4. And that will be the first out of the inning. Glasser is retired for the first time tonight. Pollo did a nice job there of inducing the pop fly. A little more on Luis Pollo Reyna, former 23rd round pick by the Texas Rangers in 2013 out of Mississippi State University. Pollo, as his teammates call him, spent 2 seasons in the Rangers organization, 34 games in relief, and a 2.6 Gomez. And that fastball misses high and outside. Now 2-0 the count to Gomez. So a young guy, Pollo Reyna, 24 years old, against a more seasoned vet, Yasser Gomez. A lefty-lefty matchup. Gomez is in his 16th professional baseball season, but just his 5th in the United States. This one swung on, hit right back to Pollo Reyna, to second for 1, over to first. Double play, and there's a fist pump. Luis Pollo Reyna is fired up. He allowed the first 2 guys to get on base on errors, and then turns 2 to get out of the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Lemurs leading 6-1. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Catholic College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800. Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Kaplan College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800.
Kaplan College does not guarantee employment or career advancement. Information about programs at www.kaplancollege.com/consumer-info.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. You know, sweet and savory, it's a perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
Hey Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at LaredoLemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Bottom of the 5th inning at Uni-Trade Stadium, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Joplin Blasters is number 18, Sam Agnew-Wieland. He is 23 years old, out of Marietta, Georgia. He played his college ball at Appalachian State. He's making his 14th appearance in relief for the Joplin Blasters. He has a 3-1 record and a 3.25 ERA in 19 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 17 hits, struck out 17, walked 8. This is his 3rd professional season, his 1st in independent baseball. Started his college career at Georgia State, then transferred to Middle Georgia State before finishing up his career at Appalachian State. Drafted in the 23rd round by the Yankees in 2013. Spent 2013 and 2014 with the Staten Island Yankees, where last season he had a 4.19 ERA, a 3-4 record in 16 games, and 38 2/3 innings pitched. He started this 2015 season with the Oregon City Mud Turtles in the Mount Rainier Professional Baseball League. The league apparently went under. He pitched 4 2/3 innings with the Mud Turtles, had an 0-1 record, but didn't allow any earned runs. He faces Brian Peterson. The first pitch swung on, grounded in the hole. 5.5 hole, long throw across the diamond, and it's not going to be in time. It's dropped by Ramirez. That was going to be a highlight throw by Gonzalez deep in the hole for the shortstop behind the third baseman. He was leaping. His heel was on the outfield grass when he made that throw. And Peterson is not the fastest guy up the first base line, but he was able to leg that one out for an infield single. So the 37-year-old Brian Peterson starts off the 5th inning, just like many other innings have been started for the Lemurs. And they're in business once again. Well, actually, that's the first time the Lemurs have gotten a hit to start an inning. Those 2 scoring innings in the 3rd and 4th started with an out. This one swung on, grounded past third base and shortstop, right between him. No play for either of them, and Medeiros follows up the Peterson single with a single of his own. So Peterson has 2 hits in the game. That was Medeiros' first single of the game, his first hit of the game. And that's the bottom of the order getting it done. We've seen most of the production so far in this game come from the top of the order, as Richardson has scored 2 runs, Geiger has scored 2 runs, Phipps has scored 2 runs. That's 2, 3, and 4. This is the number 9 hitter, Jeudy Valdez. He's 0 for 2. He's looking to get off the schneid. And the Lemurs just keep rolling. That was their 10th hit of the game. They already have 6 runs across and a 6-1 lead, just looking to break this ball game open. This one comes inside for ball 1. Actually, correction, you have a pinch hitter. It's number 27, Ryan Ortiz, who just joined the Lemurs, making his Lemurs debut. He's in the DH spot. He'll take over for Valdez at the number 9 spot. Righty-righty matchup, and here's the pitch swung on over the head of the first base, and that's going to get down into right field. Being held up at third is Peterson, and with no outs, the Lemurs have loaded the bases against Agnew-Wieland, the Blasters relief pitcher. So the lineup turns over as the Lemurs have completed 3 turns through the batting order. As Ryan Ortiz makes his Lemurs debut, and he has a single to show for it. He stands on first base. Medeiros is on second. Peterson is at third. Bases full of Lemurs. Ty Morrison to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the game, but did walk and come around to score in the 3rd inning. Stands in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch, fastball, catches the outside corner for strike one. So Morrison, mentioned he's on that 9-game hitting streak. That was 8 for 15 in the series against Sioux City. A .417 hitter so far this season. Still looking for his first hit tonight, trying to keep that hitting streak alive and break this game open. 0-1 pitch, fastball in there again, strike two. Agnew Wieland just come out and throwing gas, basically challenging Ty Morrison. So far, the right-handed pitcher's been winning this battle. Morrison is making just his 13th appearance with the Lemurs, joined the club on July 6th. Here's the pitch, it's in the dirt, blocked well by Medina. It goes off the foot of the batter Morrison, but stays right there, so no opportunity for the runners to go. 3 straight singles so far this inning for the Lemurs against the relief pitcher Sam Agnew Wieland. That's after the starting pitcher gave up 8 hits and 6 runs. So Martinez is already in line for the loss. It could get worse. This one swung on and missed for strike 3. Morrison goes down, swinging for out number 1. And that allows the Blasters to shift to double play depth, knowing that they can turn 2 to try to get out of this inning. But Devontre Richardson will come to the plate, and he has been hot so far tonight. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. So Agnew Wieland will come set. This is his first time facing Richardson. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs for ball 1. So that final line on the starter, Jorge Martinez, he went 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, all of them earned on 8 hits. He did strike out 5 and didn't walk anybody. Here's the pitch to Richardson. It's popped foul over the Lemurs dugout for strike number 2. Let's see what Agnew Wieland can do. The young man being put under a lot of pressure here with the bases loaded. You could just call it simulated pressure. It is a 5-run game, but the Lemurs did leave the bases loaded once already today. That was in the 3rd inning. They also have left 2 on in the 2nd and 1 on in the 4th. They want to start clearing some of these bases. 1-1 pitch to Richardson. In there, strike 2. 1-2 now to Devontre Richardson as that catches the inside corner. The former Florida State Seminole against the former Appalachian State Mountaineer. Righty-righty matchup. Richardson with his right foot in the back of the right-handed batter's box, hitting .351 on the season. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, misses outside. Richardson backpedals quickly out of the batter's box and kind of shaking out his shoulders. I think he was breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief there. That was a pretty good pitch there from Agnew Wieland. Just missed. So 2-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, Lemurs already up by 5. Here's the pitch. With this one tapped towards second base, it's a slow roller, scooped up. Only play is at first. Richardson nearly beats it out, but he doesn't. He's out at first. Everybody moves up 90 feet. That does knock in a run as Peterson comes home from 3rd. It's now 7-1 Lemurs, and there's now 2 outs in the Lemurs half of the 5th. So essentially a sacrifice there by Richardson. So that one goes 4-3, and he's out number 2. No forces on, however, as Medeiros is on 3rd, Ortiz is on 2nd, and that brings up Dustin Geiger. He's also 2 for 3 in the game, including that 2-run homer last inning. Righty-righty matchup once again. Here's the pitch. Geiger looks at a fastball that catches the outside corner for strike number 1. That was right in there at the knees, on the outer half, and that's not the kind of pitch Geiger wants to swing at. On the stretch, here's the pitch. Geiger hits this one in the air. It's going to hook foul over the first base dugout. So the Lemurs down to their last strike after loading the bases with no outs. They already do have 1 across this inning, but it would be nice to get another one. It's just not a habit you want to get into of leaving situations like that on the table. Doesn't matter what the score is. It is, in fact, 7-1 Lemurs. Here's the pitch to Geiger, and it misses low and inside. That's just not a situation you want to see very often. That was ball 1. 1-2 the count. 2nd and 3rd for Dustin Geiger, who's hitting just .250 with the Lemurs after hitting .351 in 33 games to start the season with the Wichita Wingnuts. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Geiger swings and misses. And it was dropped. He'll have to try to run over to first base, but the throw is in time. So the Lemurs do get 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 2 on, and Agnew Whelan strikes out 2. We will head to the top of the 6th inning as the Lemurs lead 7-1.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has Laredo's largest water slides. We're proud to say that we serve the greater Laredo area and supply slip sliding fun for kids of all ages. Texas Inflatable Rentals has a huge selection of inflatables for every budget. And to add to the party, we rent tables, chairs, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, and cotton candy machines that will help take your party to the next level. We also have moonwalks and bounce houses. Contact Texas Inflatable Rentals at 956-436-3909 or at texasinflatablerentals.com and book with the coupon code LEMURS for a 10% discount. That's Texas Inflatable Rentals, Laredo's largest water slide.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Looking to travel this summer? If the year-round flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for you, take advantage of Allegiant's direct flights from Laredo International Airport to Orlando. For as low as $119 round trip, you and your family can be in Orlando in 2.5 hours. Fly in comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials.
New pitcher for the Lemurs, number 12, B.J. Hyatt. The 6'4", 220-pound right-handed hurler out of USC Sumter in Sumter, South Carolina. Will be making his 23rd appearance out of the bullpen for the Laredo Lemurs. He boasts a 2-0 record and a ridiculous 0.83 ERA in 21 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 15, walked 7, and allowed 20 hits. He throws a fastball, a slider, and a splitter. He's not given up a run in 6 outings over 7 2/3 innings pitched. He gave up his first run in 11 outings on June 27th. He's just a guy who doesn't allow earned runs. He's going to be out there on the mound facing the middle part of the Blasters order in the top of the 6th inning. They'll send 4, 5, and 6. That's Ramirez, Taylor, and Luna to the plate. And this is a particularly long warm-up stretch here for B.J. Hyatt. It means the day is done for Lemurs starter Luis Poyarena. He went 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, struck out 2, and 1 run, which was earned. Also had 2 runners reach by way of the error last inning, but nothing came of it. So the Lemurs and manager Pete Incaviglia deciding they're going to let their bullpen do a little bit more work in this game, give them the last 4 innings of this ball game. They are well rested. They didn't play yesterday, and in their series against just 5 innings. So between a day off before that 4-game set, a day off after that 4-game set, and then some weird stuff going on in that 4-game set in terms of length of game, he feels comfortable letting some of his relief pitchers go a little bit longer in this series. We'll see if Hyatt gets 1 inning or 2. He's capable of doing multiple innings. Here's the first pitch to Ramirez as we get back underway. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike. Measures 87 miles an hour on the radar gun at Uni-Trade Stadium. 7-1, the Lemurs lead. Joplin led this game up until the bottom of the 3rd inning when the Lemurs exploded for 4 runs. Here's the 0-1 offering, swung on and missed. Ramirez couldn't catch up to it. So the count now 0-2 to Carlos Ramirez, who is 1 for 2 in today's game. He's a .298 hitter. He's making his 51st appearance with the Joplin Blasters. Hyatt comes set at the chest. He will wind and throw. And this breaking ball skips away from Peterson and to the backstop. 1-2. A quick look at the standings in the South Division of the American Association coming into tonight's game. Wichita is the division leader. They're 32-23. Joplin a half a game behind them at 30-22. They have some more games they need to play, so they're just half a game back. And Laredo 29 and 26, 3 games behind Joplin, 2.5 behind, or 3 games behind Wichita, 2.5 behind Joplin. That one taken for strike 3 as Carlos Ramirez leaves the bat on his shoulder. He goes down looking for out number 1. Now look at the wild card. Wichita right now doesn't need to worry about the wild card if the season ended today, as they're the division leader. Joplin is tied for first with Kansas City in the wild card race, and then Laredo 2.5 back of the wild card. So with Joplin in town right now, Wichita coming to town right afterwards, the Lemurs have a chance to really change up the wild card and division race. First pitch to Taylor, swung on and missed. Jake Taylor couldn't catch up with the Hyatt fastball. That one measured 93 miles an hour. BJ Hyatt out there throwing some gas. The Lemurs do have that 29 and 26 record. They're looking to rattle off some wins and get hot at the right time. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off speed, and it stays high for ball 1 to Taylor. Jake Taylor in the game. He's 0 for 2. His popped out and grounded into a double play to end the first and third innings. 1-1 is the count. 1 out and the base is empty. Hyatt winds and throws. This one swung on and missed. Strike 2. A little more on Jake Taylor. He's 28 years old from Moreno Valley, California. Attended Canyon Springs High School. Spent the last 2 years of his college career after 2 years at 2 different junior colleges. On and missed as he was out in front of that. Really good in getting 2 out. 1 for 2 in the game. He singled in his last plate appearance. That was in the 4th inning. Here he is again in the top of the 6th, trying to start a 2-out rally. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike on the inner half. Luna tried to duck out of the way. Tried to sell that as a ball that was going to come inside and almost hit him. The home plate umpire, Tim Creamer, said, "Nuh-uh, that caught the plate, son." 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. This one, again, same story. Ducking out of the way is Luna, and again a called strike. Luna steps out of the batter's box, glances over his right shoulder at the home plate umpire. Not sure any words were exchanged, but he has to dig back in. Shakes his legs out, and now Hyatt will step off the mound. He'll go to the rosin bag, tap it out. A little hacky sack, but with his right hand, his throwing hand, for the 6'4", 26-year-old pitcher. Hyatt looking to strike out the side here. He's ahead 0-2, and there's 2 outs, base is empty. From the windup, here's the pitch. Swung on, and I think that might have glanced the shoulder of Luna. It also bounced off Peterson. The ball is loose. Umpire going to award first. The ball was dead. So I would like to know exactly what happened there. Let's see if we can get a replay for you on the stream. It looks like both Peterson, the catcher, and the batter, Luna, were shaken up. One more look. So that was, I think it hit him on the hand, and then it came through and hit Peterson. But that should be a swinging strike, and the batter should be out. Even if you call it a dropped strike, the ball should be live, and Hyatt was walking towards the ball. The ball had come to a stop, but that doesn't mean just because the ball stops rolling that it is a dead ball and the play is over. All right, then. So Luna scored that a hit by pitch, and he stands on first base. That'll bring up Jesus Solorzano, the number 7 hitter. As BJ Hyatt will look to settle down and get out of this inning. That was an odd one. From the windup, here's the pitch. And that one catches the outside corner for a strike. Should say from the stretch, rather, with the runner on now. So, no ill effects for BJ Hyatt as he comes in, continues to work well, throws a strike there. Solorzano at the plate. He's hitting .285 on the season. Didn't record an at-bat in their last game on Saturday. And this one gets away from Peterson as it's low and away. And trotting over to second base is Luna. That was a real leisurely jog, as that's a wild pitch by Hyatt. Peterson stabbed at it, but that one was well in the left-handed batter's box against the right-handed hitter Solorzano. And that puts a runner in scoring position. Time is out. As the runner on second is Luna. He has his helmet off, wiping the sweat from his brows. It's a warm one down on the field. 7-1, Lemurs lead in the top of the sixth. 1-1 is the count, 2 outs. So Lozano out. Now they'll get back situated once again. Hyatt comes set. He held up at third. Coming in on the shallow grass is Richardson. He will be ready to throw it in, but instead just lobs it back in to short, to third base rather. So a 2-out single by Solorzano advances the runners to the corners. It's the first hit allowed by Hyatt. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Oscar Mesa. He's 0 for 2. He's also grounded into a double play, and that double play that he hit into ended the 4th inning. The Lemurs have ended 2 of 5 innings so far in this game, have ended for the Blasters batting by hitting into a double play. Three innings. 2 innings did not end by double play. And this will be the 3rd inning that won't. This one swung on, hit in the air towards right center field. On the run is Morrison. He'll get under it in shallow right center. The center fielder squeezes for out number 3. 1 hit, 2 left on for the Blasters. No errors by the Lemurs. We will go to the bottom of the 6th. Laredo leads this one 7-1.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
This summer, Allegiant will increase to 4 weekly flights to Las Vegas, Nevada. If gambling in Vegas isn't your thing, Allegiant is also increasing to 2 weekly flights to Orlando. Enjoy the Disney theme parks, Legoland, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and the Kennedy Space Center. Flying comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials.
Whataburger. Today we're cooking the sweet and
Beautiful.
2 beef patties, American cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, bacon, grilled onions, the sweet and spicy pepper sauce.
Sweet in the front and then the spicy in the back. I like it. I like it a lot.
So it's like a perfect balance, and then that bacon right there.
Come down to Whataburger.
Miller invented light beer. L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotion, and happy hour. Your responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Taylor and Silverio against Sam Agnew winning, but after loading the bases with no outs, the fact that the Lemurs only got 1 run is a small victory for the Blasters pitcher. Righty-righty matchup, and this one swung on, fouled over everything and out of play. Over the back of the stadium and into the parking lot here in Laredo. A warm night as the temperature at first pitch was 100 degrees. The temperature continues to stay pretty warm and a nice breeze from right to left, blowing the ball out to left field. Phipps will call time before he steps back into the right-handed batter's box. It's about 94 degrees right now, 9:40 p.m. Central Time. This one misses high, up above the letters, and the count evens up at 1-1. This is Agnew Whelan's 14th appearance with the Blasters. He has a 3-1 record. 1-1 pitch, swung on, tapped down the third base line, and foul. That one. Hot shot right at the Lemurs third base coach, Gibby Vellaquayar. Phipps was out in front of that off-speed offering. Dennis Phipps in this game, 2 for 2, a single, a double, and a walk. He's reached base safely in all 3 plate appearances. Here's the 1-2, and it misses high and outside. Phipps is hitting .298 at home, but .414 on the road. .352 against right-handed pitching, .371 against left-handed pitching. Here's the 2-2, swung on, fouled off to the right side this time. It'll be another souvenir for a lucky fan. No matter how you slice it, Dennis Phipps is a professional hitter. Another guy who's in the top 5 in the American Association with his batting average at .350. Him and Devontre Richardson. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off into net, and it stays 2-2. Phipps leading things off for the Lemurs in the bottom of the 6th as they already lead this game 7-1. Joplin struck first in the first inning. Then the Lemurs had 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. Trying to keep it going here in the sixth. 2-2 pitch. Misses low and outside. So Phipps is still alive as the count is full. Phipps hitting .350. He has 23 walks, or actually 24 after a walk earlier in this game. And 2 hits and 2 RBIs in this game, bringing his total to 37 runs batted in on the season. Payoff pitch. Swung on, hit back up the middle. It bounces off the foot of Agnew Wheeland. It's going to stay in the infield, but Phipps will reach first base easily as Gonzalez, the shortstop, ultimately tracks that one down. Doesn't even try to make a throw over to first. It's a leadoff single for Dennis Phipps. That will bring up Kevin Taylor, and the heart of the order for the Lemurs is back at it again. Geiger, the number 3 hitter, has 2 hits, including a 2-run homer, and 3 runs batted in total. Devontre Richardson has knocked in 2 runs. He has 2 doubles. He's the number 2 hitter. Kevin Taylor has reached base every time, but 2 of them were fielder's choices, so he's officially 1 for 3. Comes into the game with a .294 average. He stands in the left-handed batter's box, looks at a fastball that misses low for ball 1. Kevin Taylor, 23 years old, from Portland, Oregon. Played his college ball at Western Nevada. Drafted in 2011 in the 36th round by the LA Dodgers. Phipps is on first. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit foul, and into the screen. Getting right up quickly is Medina, the catcher. That might have grazed his foot on the way back. He takes the helmet off and walks a little lap around the area behind home plate. Home plate umpire Tim Creamer checking in on him. And we'll resume action. 1-1 the count to Kevin Taylor. Taylor's making his 55th appearance with the Laredo Lemurs. He's played in every game except 1 this season with the team. Here's the 1-1, misses low and inside. Dennis Phipps taking a big lead off of first base. I'm not sure Agnew Wheeland is aware of just how much Phipps is moving around there off of the first base bag. He does have 9 stolen bases this season after 9 last year with the Lemurs. Taylor will call time here. He's going to walk over towards the dugout. I think he wants a new baseball bat. So this gives a chance for Agnew Wheeland to rearrange the dirt in front of him on the mound. He'll take his cap off and wipe the sweat off his brow. Taylor has been handed a new bat. He'll apply some pine tar quickly with the watchful eye of the umpires on him. He'll make his way back over towards the batter's box. 7-1 Lemurs lead. They have 7 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors they've committed defensively, but it hasn't cost them as the Blasters have 1 run on 8 hits. Their 1 run came in the first inning. Since then, it's been all Lemurs. Bottom of the 6th, no outs, and the runner on first. The count 2-1 to the left-handed hitter Kevin Taylor. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit past the second baseman as Phipps had to break stride to keep that ball from hitting him. The throw comes back in. It goes into third. Phipps had to duck there, so he had to back step there to not get hit by the hit baseball, and then duck the throw as it sailed over his head. He's getting his workout on the base paths today. It's another hit for Kevin Taylor, his 2nd hit of the day. And once again, the Lemurs start an inning hot against Sam Agnew Wheeland. They put the first 2 guys aboard. Quick mound visit from the catcher, Medina. And here comes Juan Silverio. The 24-year-old from the Dominican Republic has been playing baseball professionally since age 17 in the Dominican Republic when he played with the White Sox. He played 2008 through 2012 in the White Sox organization before getting picked up by the Reds organization. Made to Triple-A Louisville for 31 games. Here's the pitch. Swings and hits this one in the air towards shallow center field. That's going to get down. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Phipps will be held up at third. And for the 2nd inning in a row, the Lemurs get 3 straight singles to start an inning against Sam Agnew Wheeland. Bases loaded with no outs once again. Dennis Phipps is on third. Kevin Taylor is on second. Juan Silverio is on first. And to the plate is Brian Peterson. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. He's also been hit by a pitch. And as though the Lemurs aren't already in control of this game, they can break this one wide open with 1 swing of the bat by Brian Peterson. The 37-year-old catcher is making his 19th appearance with the team here today. Comes into tonight's action hitting .230. 5 runs batted in, 1 homer. Here's the pitch. Fastball at the knees. It gets away, but runner not going from third. Looks like Medina got a glove on it. It was rolled about 7 to 8 feet away to his right. He scampered over to get it. So 0-1 is the count to Brian Peterson. Peterson is no stranger to the Laredo Lemurs. He was with the club in 2012 and 2013, playing a total of 185 games in the club's first 2 seasons. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's low for a ball. And another nice block by Medina. That one appeared to be destined for the backstop. Bases full of Lemurs. 1-1 count as Peterson digs back into the right-handed batter's box. It's already 7-1 Laredo. They're coming off a game that they won handily against Sioux City. 9-2 on Saturday night. This one grounded past the first baseman down the right field line. 1 run will score. Another guy coming home. Peterson will hold up at first. It's a 2-run single. It's now 9-1 Lemurs. Phipps scores, Taylor scores, Silverio all the way over to third from first. As Taylor scores from second, runners to the corners, and that will draw a mound visit from the manager Carlos Lescano. This might be it for Sam Agnew-Wieland. Let's take a glance down. Looks like there's some action in the Blasters bullpen, and someone's leaving the bullpen and making his way towards the field. That means that's it for Agnew-Wieland. We will take a break here, step aside on the Laredo Lemurs broadcast. They're leading 9-1. There's no outs in the bottom of the 6th, and they have runners off in the corners. Don't go anywhere. This could get fun.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas, as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Tokyo Go.
New pitcher for the Joplin Blasters is #1, Matt Swilly. He's 24 years old, out of Oceanside, California. Played his high school ball at El Camino High School. Was selected by the Tampa Bay Rays in the 21st round in 2009. Started his pro career at 18 in the Gulf Coast League. Did not pitch in 2012. And was with the Gulf Coast Rays for a little bit in 2013. Didn't pitch again in 2014. So he's on the comeback trail. This is his first season in independent ball. He's making his 14th appearance and his 9th out of the bullpen, or his 10th out of the bullpen. He has a 1-1 record, a 5.76 ERA in 25 innings pitched. He struck out 23, walked 26, and allowed 20 hits. He inherits a situation with runners on the corners and no outs, and the first pitch in there, a called strike to Jared Medeiros. Lemurs lead this one 9-1. They had 4 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 2 already here in the bottom of the 6th. Those came on the Brian Peterson single. He stands on first base. The runner on third is Silverio. Medeiros takes another one at the letters, called strike 2. So a pair of young guys, as Medeiros is 22 years old. Swilly is 24, but Swilly is in his 5th professional season, and Medeiros was a senior in college earlier this year. A couple guys at different points in their careers. That fastball misses high for ball 1. Medeiros at the plate, played his college ball at St. John's University, hit .237 in the 2015 season. Did have 5 home runs, and he's hitting .211 so far this year with the Laredo Lemurs. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Swilly comes in and gets a strikeout on the first batter he faces. So a little bit on the line for Sam Agnew Wieland, who's can't close the book on him yet. He did go 1+ innings pitched, faced 10 batters, got all 3 outs in the 5th inning that he started, and then faced the first 4 batters in the 6th inning. He didn't get any outs. He allowed 3 runs already. He's responsible for both runners on the bases right now. 7 hits, 2 strikeouts. He didn't walk anyone. And we'll see how many more runs the Lemurs are able to score. It's 9-1, and here's the newest Lemur, Ryan Ortiz, at the plate. And the first pitch misses high. Thought about checking the swing, but Ortiz did not go around. Ortiz is making his 2nd at-bat in a Lemurs uniform. He joined the team before today's game, and in his first at-bat as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning, got a single. Here's a pitch, misses low and inside. 2-0 now the count to Ryan Ortiz. His last team was Sacramento, the River Cats. He calls Mesa, Arizona home. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. Born on September 29th, 1987. 27 years old. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fastball at the letters, called a strike. 2-1, 1 out. Runners on 1st and 3rd for the Lemurs. They're already up by 8 runs in this ball game. Ty Morrison waiting on deck, hoping to get another chance. Here's the 2-1 offering. Catches the outside corner for a strike. So Ortiz will tap the dirt in the back of the right-handed batter's box. The count evens up at 2-2. He wears number 27, which was, up until very recently, worn by Byron Wiley before he was released by the club. Blasters infield is at double play depth against the right-handed hitter. Trying to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Swilly faces 2 batters, records 2 strikeouts, and now he's just 1 out away from getting out of this jam. Lineup will turn over as the Lemurs have now completed 4 cycles through the batting order, and here's Ty Morrison trying to keep his hitting streak alive. He has a 9-game hitting streak. He's 18 for 37 in the 9 games coming into tonight's action. He's 0 for 3 so far today. He did walk and come around to score in the 3rd, but he wants a hit here. He's in the left-handed batter's box. The pitch from the righty is inside and nearly pegs Morrison on the hip, but he gets out of the way for ball 1. This is Swilly's 14th game on the mound for the Blasters. He started 4, so this is his 10th game in relief. His last outing, he went 4 innings and took a loss. That was July 16th against Amarillo. Here's the pitch. It's low and blocked. Kept in front by Medina. And that was ball 2 to Morrison. Morrison was a 4th-round pick in 2008 from the Tampa Bay Rays. Spent 7 seasons in the Rays organization. Made it up to Double-A Montgomery. The Biscuits. A career .261 hitter in affiliated ball. He's hitting .417 through his first 12 games with the Lemurs. How about that? 9 games in which he has hits out of 12 games played. Here's the 2-0. It's in there for a called strike at the letters. Morrison is from the state of Florida, had committed to play for the University of Oregon before signing with the Rays organization out of high school. With all the great college programs in the southeast part of the United States, surprised that that's where he would have signed to play college baseball. That was missed high for ball 3. You know, you've got the University of Miami, you have Florida State, you have the Gators from the University of Florida. I mean, those are just the 3 big schools in the state of Florida. Those are all great baseball programs. That's not to take anything away from the University of Oregon, which is a solid baseball program that's on the rise. But that's a long way from home. 3-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. It gets away from Medina. It bounces to the backstop. Covering But then retreating back to third base is Silverio. So Medina, the catcher, chased that one down quickly. And that was ball 4 to Morrison. So he once again is robbed of an opportunity to get a hit. So he walks, that loads the bases, and it brings up Devontre Richardson, who already has 2 runs batted in this game and 2 doubles. Let's see what Richardson can do. Will the Lemurs leave the bases loaded once again, or is this going to turn into an even more lopsided score? Righty-righty matchup with Richardson at the plate. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low. Swilly will wait as the catcher Medina will come hand deliver the baseball to him. They'll chat it up briefly, trying to figure out their signs and how they're going to attack Devontre Richardson, one of the league's best hitters. A .351 hitter puts him in the top 5 in the American Association. He hits .359 at Uni-Trade Stadium and hits .346 against right-handed pitching. Those are just good numbers. That's just really, really good. Richardson is 26 years old, 6'1", 210 pounds, the former Florida State Seminole. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, golfed towards the right fielder. Solorzano has a beat on it. He camps out under it and makes the catch. The Lemurs leave the bases loaded. They do score 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And through 6 innings at Uni-Trade Stadium, the Lemurs lead 9-1. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries. Which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words. Which led to the invention of spell check. Which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
New pitcher for the Lemurs is number 21, Mark Haynes. To tell you more about him and to take you the rest of the way, here's Bill Harrington.
Was there some action while I was gone? Yeah, wow. 9-1 Laredo. I watched it the whole time. I'm just being silly. Yeah, the Lemurs pick up some runs here. 9-1, 9 runs on 15 hits. The Lemurs have made 2 errors. And for the Joplin Blasters, it's 1 run on 8 hits, no errors. Luis Payorena pitched 5 complete innings, left the game after the 5th, and B.J. Hyatt came on to pitch, and now taking over on the mound for Laredo is Mark Haynes. Mark Haynes making his first appearance in Uni-Trade Stadium this season. He made 1 appearance up in Sioux City against the Explorers. Looked pretty good there through 2/3 of an inning against Sioux City. Gave up a hit, faced a total of 2 batters. Lemurs went on to win that game 10-9. So Haynes up on the mound now for the Laredo Lemurs, finishing up his starting pitches that he gets to warm up with. So the first three batters coming up for the Joplin Blasters. Juan Medina, he's the number 9 hitter. Then Michael Gonzalez will step up, and then Mitch Glasser. So the Lemurs are up by 8 runs. Joplin started the ball game off with a run back in the first inning. It was their only run of the game so far. Mitch Glasser, after 1 out, got a double. And then Yasier Gomez, right after that, hit a single and drove in Glasser. So it was a 1-0 lead in the early part of the game. And Mark Haynes throws high here on a fastball to get things going to the batter, Juan Medina. Medina 1 for 2 in the game. He reached on a single and also reached on an error. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that is a fastball that misses low and away. So an 8-run difference in the ball game, and the Lemurs got their runs. They've piled them on in the innings that they've actually scored. They picked up 4 runs in the third. And here's the 2-0 delivery. That is off the tip of the glove of Brian Peterson. He'll go back to the screen. Yeah, in that inning, the Lemurs saw 4 straight guys pick up base hits. 4 guys ended up walking as well in the inning against Jorge Martinez. So the base hit started with Devontre Richardson, then Dustin Geiger got a hit, Dennis Phipps picked up a double, Kevin Taylor picked up a single. The 3-0 pitch is high, that's ball 4 to Juan Medina. So he'll earn a walk here against Mark Haynes, and Michael Gonzalez coming up to the plate. Then in the 4th inning, the Lemurs struck, and it was a 2-run home run by Dustin Geiger, his 12th home run of the season. So Dustin Geiger adding more runs there for the Lemurs. The Lemurs will get 1 in the 5th and then 2 more in the 6th inning. All told, the Lemurs have 15 hits in the ball game. This year, they have put up 17 hits 4 times, and that's the most hits that they have picked up in any ball game. So they're on pace to go ahead and beat that right now. Here's the pitch, and that one is high for a ball to Michael Gonzalez. And now Brian Peterson out from behind home plate. He's going to go talk things over with Mark Haynes as Haynes walked the first batter, and then he throws a ball to the next guy that comes up to the plate. In fact, that's not Michael Gonzalez. I bet Michael Gonzalez has been taken out. That's Aaron Brill, who's actually in for Gonzalez. So Aaron Brill taking his hacks. I don't know if we have any game notes on Aaron Brill or not. And we do not, I am told. Aaron Brill, one of the newer players here for the Joplin Blasters. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. A fastball on the outside corner, so Brian Peterson helps his old buddy Mark Haynes get back into the strike zone. These 2 guys go back a ways. Mark Haynes pitched with Shreveport back in 2011. And then Brian Peterson and Mark Haynes have been together pretty much the whole time, except last year Brian Peterson spent some time in Grand Prairie as Mark Haynes steps off the back of the rubber and looks the runner back to first base. But when Mark Haynes was a rookie back in Shreveport, Brian Peterson was the catcher there. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. High for a ball. A 2-1 count. See if I could pop Aaron Brill up here real quick for you. See if we can get any information on him. Haynes looks in and gets a sign. There's Aaron Brill. He's only playing in his 5th game with Joplin. Here's the 2-1. Misses outside for a ball. So far, he's 6 for 11. He's picked up a couple of walks and a couple of strikeouts. So 6 for 11 is not too bad. A .545 batting average. You'll take that. I don't think it'll last to be .545 for very long, but that's what it is right now. He played with Quebec last year in the Can-Am League. The Quebec Capitals, the 3-1. A strike on the outside part of the plate. A fastball there from Mark Haynes. He played 38 games with Quebec last season. So his only time as a professional has been in indie ball. He's not played any affiliated baseball. He was never drafted. And it says here that he went to Felician College in Lodi, New Jersey. He pops one up into right field. Dennis Phipps has a beat on this one. He'll go ahead and come in a few steps and make the catch over his head. And that'll be the first out of the inning for Aaron Brill. Mitch Glasser coming up to the plate. Lemurs up 9-1. Mitch Glasser on the day. He's the one that scored that lonely run for the Joplin Blasters back in the first inning. So he put up a run there. He also picked up a single back in the third. Lemurs on their third pitcher of the night. Luis Poyorena, BJ Hyatt, and now Mark Haynes on the mound. Runner at first base. Lemurs looking for a double play ball. Here's the pitch. Swung and a ground ball right back to Haynes. A double play ball. Haynes throws it into the dirt. Medina digs it out. He flips it to first base. That's a double play. The Lemurs lock it up. They're going to head to the dugout, do a little celebration dance on their way in there, and the Lemurs are up 9-1. We'll head to the bottom of the seventh inning. 9-1 Lemurs.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Del Mar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, where you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes. ArmadilloHomes.com. Go Lemurs.
Breakfast speaks for itself here at Whataburger. It's going to be hot, it's going to be fresh.
It's almost like when you were a kid and you wake up in the morning, you can smell mom cooking breakfast.
I like their hash browns.
My favorite's the honey butter chicken biscuit. I like the taquitos.
We have some fresh cracked eggs here.
I like these pancakes because they're fluffy.
I really like the fact that you can get into Whataburger real fast and bring it on the go.
We're cooking breakfast for you at Whataburger.
All right, Dustin Geiger going to step up to the plate for the Laredo Lemurs. As we go to the bottom of the seventh inning, Lemurs are up 9-1, and here's the pitch to Geiger. It's a fastball that misses high. Same pitcher up on the mound, Matt Swilly, retaking the hill here for the Joplin Blasters. Lemurs looking to make some moves here over these next 7 games. The 1-0, a fastball away. Dustin Geiger at the plate. He's having a nice day. He's 2 for 4 with a home run. It's always a good day when you hit a blast. And Swilly, the right-handed pitcher, will throw home, and that is another high fastball. So right now, on the season, Dustin Geiger has 12 home runs, 5 in a Laredo Lemurs uniform. And he picks up a couple of more RBIs since joining the Laredo Lemurs. He now has 11. And the 3-0 pitch. Geiger takes a strike there, a fastball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Get you the American Association scoreboard this half inning, let you know what's going on in the rest of the league. And the 3-1 pitch. Called a strike on the outside part of the plate, another fastball, so that'll make the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Some of the games already in the books. In fact, most of the games of the night are already in the books, but still some going, including ours. You know why I know? Because there's a pitch right there, swung on and missed. That's strike 3. Dustin Geiger goes down hacking. And Dennis Phipps will be coming up to the plate. Well, Dennis Phipps has reached base every time so far tonight. And between innings, I was talking to Cameron about that, and I said, man, his on-base percentage has got to be up there. He's got to be in the top 5 in the league, and I look in the top 5 in the league, and he's nowhere to be found. Well, I'm guessing maybe tomorrow we might see Dennis Phipps in the top 5 in the league in the on-base percentage category. We'll have to wait and see, though, after all the stats are tabulated. Here's the pitch to Phipps. He dances out of the way of it. It comes in a little bit too far. So here's your scoreboard. In the top of the 9th inning, Gary's up over Kansas City. That's interesting there. Gary winning 10-5. That's a Central Division matchup. Kansas City trying to make a run at Sioux City. Sioux City is in first place in the Central. Here's the 1-0 delivery. A fastball low and outside. St. Paul 12, Winnipeg 3. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. New Jersey beats Fargo 2-0. So Fargo's taking a trip through the Can-Am League right now. Wichita 5, Sioux Falls 3. So neither Joplin or Laredo will make a move on Wichita tonight. The 2-0 pitch swung on and fouled back. So whoever wins this game will not be able to gain any ground on the leader in the American Association South, the Wichita Wingnuts. That game, by the way, ended up going 10 innings. Amarillo over Grand Prairie 4-2. Grand Prairie has now lost 12 in a row. Yow. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the wind and the throw home. And that one swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Phipps going after that fastball. Sioux City beats Lincoln 7-3. So with the Kansas City team losing, if they go on to lose that game, they're going to fall another game back behind Sioux City. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The delivery. Swung on in a line drive. Hit well into left center field. Coming on is the center fielder, Mesa. Mesa will get there and catch the ball at his knees. Nice job by Mesa running that one down. That one was a low liner and stayed up long enough for Mesa to get there and make the catch. Kevin Taylor's going to be the batter now for the Laredo Lemurs. 9-1 Laredo. Tell you what, if we can see the Lemurs hit like this on a consistent basis, this team will be deadly. Here's the pitch, and that one is high and outside. And they faced off against a good pitcher tonight, Jorge Martinez, the starting pitcher for Joplin. Remember, he had only given up 4 runs to the Lemurs coming into the game. Well, when he leaves the game, he's given up a total of 10 now to Laredo, with 6 runs coming in tonight for the Lemurs. 1 ball and no strikes. The Lemurs will face off against Joplin again later this season as Taylor takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. So the Lemurs will actually go up and face off against Joplin after the 2 days off on the 27th and the 28th. They'll be in Joplin for the 29th through the 31st. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High for a ball. That was a fastball. But the Lemurs have some confidence in that ballpark up in Joe Becker. Remember last time we were there, the Lemurs swept the Joplin Blasters. That was on June 22nd through the 24th. So the Lemurs feeling good against the Blasters right now. Here's the 2-1. Swung on a line drive into left field. Hustling in the left fielder. Gomez will get there and make the catch off to his side. And that's 3 up and 3 down for the Laredo Lemurs here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll head to the top of the 8th. Lemurs are up 9-1.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people. Epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, break dancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad. Carne asada con ganas.
All right, Mark Kane stays on the mound for the Laredo Lemurs as we go to the top of the 8th, and the first pitch to the batter, Yasier Gomez, is high. 9-1 Laredo. So the Lemurs in command of this one. We have some Major League Baseball news we want to pass along. Here's the 1-0. High for a ball. Angels first baseman Albert Pujols hit a big home run tonight. In fact, he hit 2. But one of them was his 548th career home run. And that ties someone special, the 2-0. That one hits the outside corner for a strike. Pujols has tied Mike Schmidt on the all-time list. So Pujols pulls into 15th on the all-time list in a tie with Mike Schmidt, the former Philadelphia Philly. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. That one's a little bit high, a fastball from Haynes. So Yasier Gomez with a base hit. He drove in a run back in the first inning. That's the lone run up there for the Joplin Blasters. Haynes into the full windup. The delivery is high. That's ball 4. So Haynes has walked 2 batters in his outing here tonight. He walked the first batter that he faced off against in the 7th, and now he walks the first batter here. He was able to get a double play ball to help him get out of the inning in the 7th. So he'll be looking for another one right now, and here comes Carlos Ramirez to the plate. Well, these two guys, former teammates, Carlos Ramirez and Mark Haynes, even though Mark Haynes was not playing when Carlos Ramirez ended up joining the Laredo Lemurs. The delivery to Ramirez is low and outside. Ramirez with a base hit. That came back in the first inning. He's been silent since then. A ground out and a strikeout looking. So Haynes looks in. He gets the sign. And the 1-0 delivery. A strike on the outside part of the plate. So good to see Mark Haynes back in a Lemurs uniform. He had Tommy John surgery during the offseason. Or actually, he had it during the season last year. It was back in late July, I believe, of last season. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on. Popped straight up. Brian Peterson with the mask off. He's going to look at it, but it's going to get back into the stands. Actually on top of the roof here, as you might have heard it bang against the roof. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Haynes is the only original member left on the Laredo Lemurs team, dating back to when the club first got started, back on April 17th of 2012. That was opening day here at Uni-Trade Stadium. The Lemurs went on to beat the Grand Prairie Airhogs that day. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, and that's tapped foul up the third baseline. Brian Peterson is an original member of the Lemurs, but remember last year he was with the Grand Prairie Airhogs. So Brian Peterson actually had some time away from the Laredo Lemurs. Mark Haynes has been under contract with Laredo ever since the team has come over to Laredo. In fact, he was with the Shreveport Captains back in Shreveport, and the Shreveport Captains went down, the Laredo Lemurs came up, and the Lemurs got all the rights to the players from Shreveport. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So essentially, this is a team that came from Shreveport. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Lemurs have history in Shreveport with the Captains. Runner at first base and nobody out. The kick and the throw home. A breaking ball swung on and popped foul. That'll get up and over the stadium as well. Well, remember, a couple of more games left in this series. The Lemurs will face off against Joplin tomorrow night and on Wednesday as well. All games at 7:30. We'll have a 7:15 pregame show for you. If you missed today's pregame show, we talked to manager Pete Incaviglia before the series got started. We talked to him about the series up in Sioux City. We talked to him a little bit about what was going to be coming up for this series as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Carlos Ramirez goes down hacking. That's the second time he's struck out tonight. He is a former Lemur. So Jake Taylor coming up to the plate. Got former Lemurs scattered throughout the American Association. Just about every team, well, not every team, but a lot of teams have at least one. If they don't have one now, they've had one sometime. So a runner at first and one out. The pitch swung on and missed. A lot of the players around the American Association and around the Atlantic League or the Frontier League, they'll bounce here and there. No balls and one strike. But then you got a guy like Mark Haynes who stays with the team for the 4 years. It's always good to have those guys around. It's nice to have the familiar faces. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High and away. Somebody the fans can latch on to. A lot of big Mark Haynes fans in the area. A lot of big Brian Peterson fans as well. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at first base and 1 out. Lemurs looking for that double play ball again. The pitch. Low and outside. Lemurs turned a double play back in the first inning. Picked up another one in the 4th. Another one in the 5th. And one more in the 7th. So total of 4 today. So give them a total of 47 on the season that they've turned. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. So make it a 2-2 count. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The batter, Jake Taylor. Jake Taylor was one of the guys that hit into a double play. He also flew out and then struck out. Haynes is ready to throw the 2-2 pitch. He kicks, he throws, and it swung on and missed. There's strike 3. And the home plate umpire actually said that Jake Taylor got a little piece of it. Nonetheless, it's strike 3. And Omar Luna coming up to the plate. So after Haynes walks, Yasier Gomez, he has picked up 2 strikeouts. So no double play needed right now. But the Lemurs have turned 4 nice ones. I think the double play and the triple, probably 2 of my favorite plays to watch in baseball. The pitch to Luna. Luna takes a strike. A fastball to start him off. Haynes retoes the rubber. Stares into his longtime teammate Brian Peterson to get the sign. He'll set. He'll throw the 0-1. Breaking ball swung and a ground ball over to the left side. That'll sneak through for a base hit. And that'll move runners up. So Yasier Gomez up to second base, and now Omar Luna in with a single. It's 9-1 Laredo. So the Lemurs are in charge in this game. We're in the 8th inning. Pretty long night here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Going to be approaching the 3-hour mark here shortly. Lemurs and Blasters got underway at 7:37 tonight. So runners at first and second base, and into the box goes Jesus Solorzano. The pitch to Solorzano misses away. So Haynes opens up with a fastball there against Solorzano. Solorzano batting .285 on the season. His 7th season of professional baseball and his first year in the Indy ranks. The 1-0 pitch. A check swing by Solorzano, and did the home plate umpire ring him up? He did. Now Solorzano saying, hey, why don't you ask the first base umpire? See what he says. That's a common question in the American Association. A lot of batters would like the umpires behind home plate to ask the first base umpire if that was a strike or not. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Jesus Solorzano. You can say it at home as well. It's fun. Solorzano. Kind of tickles the tongue a little bit. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses away. A fastball outside. And now Brian Peterson with a few instructions for Mark Haynes. Trying to help him get himself back into the strike zone with a 2-1 count. Oscar Mesa's on deck. Solorzano with a couple of hits today. He picked up a single back in the second. He also grabbed one in the 6th inning. He's 2 for 3. Solorzano began his pro career back in 2009. The 2-1 delivery in the dirt, blocked by Peterson. And Solorzano at the time was 18 years old back in 2009. And he joined the Marlins farm system. He played in the Dominican Summer League. A 3-1 count. Haynes kicks and throws. That is low and outside, ball 4. So taking a look into the Lemurs dugout. See if there's going to be any moves here by manager Pete Incaviglia. Now Brian Peterson with a visit up to Mark Haynes again. I don't see manager Pete Incaviglia making a move. The Lemurs with a nice lead. They're up by 8 runs. But Mark Haynes coming back from Tommy John surgery. This is his second outing with the Lemurs. You know, Haynes was ready a while ago to start pitching. His arm was fine. But right when he was getting ready to go a couple of weeks ago, he pulled a muscle in his groin. So that put him on the shelf for a little while longer for the Laredo Lemurs. And obviously, you use your groin a lot when you're pitching. Here's Oscar Mesa with the bases loaded. He'll see a pitch way inside. He jacks nice out of the way of that one. 1 ball and no strikes. Mesa on the year batting .301. Lemurs up by 8. And the 1-0 pitch. Low, pops in and out of the glove of Brian Peterson. He'll snag it. So now it's 2 balls and no strikes. There's 2 outs in the inning, so the Lemurs with 1 out can get right out of this thing. It's still a comfortable lead, so Joplin a ways away from being into this ball game. Here's the 2-0. That's a strike on the inside corner, a fastball from Haynes. Haynes last year only saw 8 appearances with the Lemurs before he was put on the shelf. His best year with Laredo was in 2013. The 2-1 pitch swung on and popped foul. In 2013, Haynes went 4-2 with a 2.34 ERA in 51 appearances. And the year before that, in 2012, he worked as a starter and as a reliever. He primarily worked as a starter for Laredo that year, making 18 starts for the club. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. High and tight. That's going to make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. And earlier I said Haynes was in Shreveport in 2011. He was also there in 2010. Wanted to make sure I mentioned that. That was his first year with Shreveport. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 down. The runners are going to be moving. Haynes throws home, and the pitch is swung on and popped up over our head and out of play. So once again, a full count pitch coming up. So Yasier Gomez is at third base, Omar Luna is at second, and Jesus Solorzano is at first. So Haynes puts his foot right in the middle of the rubber, bends at the waist and gets the sign from Brian Peterson. He'll set out in front of the chest. The 3-2. Outside, ball 4. So that's going to walk in a run for the Lemurs. And it's 3 walks delivered here by Haynes in the inning. And that's going to bring up Juan Medina, the number 9 hitter, and now manager Pete Incaviglia is going to go to the bullpen. So manager Pete Incaviglia up and out of the dugout. And we're going to have a new pitcher coming in for you, as Oscar Mesa just walked in a run. So it's going to be a 9-2 score, and we're going to take a timeout and come back and tell you about the Laredo Lemurs' new pitcher. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at driscollhealthplan.com.
Todos sabemos que podemos lograr más cuando estamos listos. Por eso, decidí matricularme en Texas A&M International University. Quiero un título universitario y las oportunidades que me brindará. Tammy U me ha recibido a mí y a 7,000 estudiantes de todo el mundo. Tammy U me impulsa a ser grande, enciende mi mente y hace mi corazón latir. Imagina las posibilidades cuando eres impulsado por Tammy U.
Inscríbete ahora para verano y otoño. Visita tammyu.edu y sé impulsado.
3, 2, 1. Number one. That's Laredo's #1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off. Not good enough, but 25% off. Now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles available, makes it the best pricing ever. 2015 Equinox, 2015 Traverse. Not 15, but 25% off. And the best financing rates for the best month ever. 1.9 interest. Family Chevrolet of Laredo.com. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Family Chevrolet is the #1 volume Chevy dealer for a reason. Every customer rides during our spring cleaning closeout sale with massive price cuts on 600 Chevys. New 2015 Chevy Cruze. How about 25% off MSRP? Wow, that's huge. Or only $199 a month. New 2015 Malibu for only $269 a month. Or 25% off MSRP. Plus 2 years free maintenance and a 100,000-mile warranty. It's a spring cleaning closeout sale happening now at the #1 volume Chevy dealer. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet.
All right, so the new pitcher for the Laredo Lemurs is Johan Montero. He'll take over up on the hill, but the bases are loaded here for the Joplin Blasters. It's 9-2 Lemurs and the pitch. That's in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate, right below the letters to Juan Medina. So Medina, the batter, he reached on a single back in the second inning, reached on an error in the fifth, and walked in his last at bat in the sixth. The pitch, fastball away. So 1 run in to score here. Mark Haynes walked in. Yasier Gomez as Oscar Mesa earned the walk with the bases loaded. And Montero throws, and that one swung and fouled back. Johan on the season with a 1-2 record and a 4.02 ERA through 14 outings. He has made 1 start for the Laredo Lemurs. He has thrown in 15 2/3 innings with 8 strikeouts and 8 walks. He has given up 18 base hits. He last pitched against Sioux City on the 18th. The 1-2. Low and outside. So that evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Swung in a ground ball up the middle, ranging for it. Taylor, he'll flip to Medeiros. The Lemurs will get the final out there at second base, and they're going to head back into the dugout. They'll be coming up to the plate, but 1 run does come in to score. 1 run on 1 hit. There are no errors. And Mark Haynes ended up walking 3 batters. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th inning, 9-2 Laredo.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Crowd at the bar making you sweat?
Uh-huh.
Could you use some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in epic nights, maximum refreshment, great times, awesome memories, high fives, smiles, Rocky Mountain refreshment, Blue Mountain refreshment, quadruple epic refreshment, killer parties, and totally refreshed killer parties. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Calle Norte Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation, servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas. Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transports to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS accepts most major medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and many more. Capital Care EMS is locally owned and operated. Call now for your free consultation. 956-712-8911. That's 956-712-8911. Capital Care EMS, creating a new standard in medical transportation. Capital Care EMS, the official ambulance of your Laredo Lemurs.
Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Catholic College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800.
All right, new pitcher in for the Joplin Blasters. Matt Parrish taking over on the mound. He'll be followed up, or he'll be pitching to Juan Silverio, Brian Peterson, and Jared Madera. So those are the three batters due up for the Laredo Lemurs. Lemurs up 9-2. It's 9 runs on 15 hits and 2 errors tonight for Laredo. 2 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Joplin Blasters. Matt Parrish starts the night with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. He has a 5.02 ERA. He has pitched in 12 games and has made 8 starts so far this year for Joplin. He'll face off against Juan Silverio. And the first pitch is swung and fouled back to the screen. Silverio, 1 for 4 on the day. A couple of strikeouts and a pop-up to the shortstop. But he did pick up a single back in the 6th inning when the Lemurs scored 2 runs. So Silverio in that inning helped move the line a little bit. He starts the day batting .262 for Laredo. Last time Parrish pitched was on July 18th, and that was against Amarillo. The pitch is in there for a strike. So that was on Saturday that Parrish threw. He's at a Belmont Abbey University. This is his first season. Back in 1951, and Whitey Herzog was on that team. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and a ground ball foul. Matt Parrish signed with the Blasters after playing for an opponent team in a preseason scrimmage. So Carlos Lescano saw Matt Parrish and said, "How would you like to sign a contract? Instead of playing for those guys over there, you come play for us over here." I don't know if he did it with a fake Italian accent or not, but that's probably what he said roughly. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, low and away. Lemurs up 9-2. Juan Silverio at the plate, trying to get the Lemurs started here in this half inning. Get you the scores from around the big leagues right now as the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed, a high fastball. So Silverio goes down swinging, and Brian Peterson's going to be the next batter. Brian Peterson on the day, he's having a good one. He's got 3 hits today with a run scored and 2 RBIs. You'll take that every day of the week. Angels are playing the Red Sox out in Anaheim. It's a 6-0 lead for the Angels over the Boston Red Sox. They're in the top of the 6th inning. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Pirates are beating the Kansas City Royals 10-7. Rockies 7, Rangers 6. That game in the bottom of the 8th. They're playing in Colorado. And the pitch to Peterson is high and tight. Look out there, Brian. Arizona leading Miami 3-0. And the San Diego Padres are trying to break up the Giants' winning streak. It's Padres 2, Giants 1, top of 5. They're playing down in San Diego. Well, it looks like we had a doubleheader for the Angels and the Red Sox. They already have one in the books. Angels 11, Boston 1 in that ball game. A 1-0, high for a ball. So it looks like the Angels might take both ends of the doubleheader.
Yeah, I was actually reading about this in between games. Apparently they used a helicopter to dry the field, which was wet, the outfield. They're so not used to having to deal with moisture on the field in the LA area.
Yeah, apparently some big rainstorms going through the southern part of California as the next pitch misses high to Peterson. 3 balls and no strikes. Big rainstorms going on down there. And they need the rain in Southern California. They need some in Northern California as well. So maybe they'll send that storm north. It's probably already passed through, but you know what I mean. So Peterson awaits the 3-0 pitch. Here it comes. A strike right at the letters. Washington beats the New York Mets today, 7-2. And the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Tampa Bay Rays 5-3. 3 balls and 1 strike. And here's the pitch. Ooh, and that hits Peterson again. Second time today he's been hit. And wasn't he hit today? Yeah, he was hit. I never wrote down hit by a pitch in my scorebook. Yeah, in the 3rd inning. I put walk in my scorebook back then. So he was hit by a pitch. I remember being hit by a pitch. So now he's been hit by a pitch twice. That's smarts.
He's now been on base 5 times in this game.
I think you'd give up 2. Not to be hit.
3 singles, 2 hit by pitch, 1 run batted in.
I don't care how long you play professional baseball, and Brian Peterson has played for a long time. I don't think that gets any easier. Some parts of the job get a lot easier, others do not. The pitch to Medeiros is a fastball in the outside corner for a strike. I would imagine the travel gets harder, and getting hit by a pitch just never feels good no matter what age you're at. Throughout Brian Peterson's career, he has been hit 55 times now, over 16 seasons. That's over 1,111 games, and 2 of them were tonight, yes. Next pitch is up to Medeiros. So 53 to start the day out of 1,111 games. So you're going to do some math on that? All right. Cameron Songer's going to work. 1 ball and 1 strike to Medeiros. Medeiros does have a base hit on the night. He's also struck out a couple of times and earned a walk. The 1-1 delivery swung on and fouled away. So yeah, 55 times he's been hurt, or hit, and hurt. I guess it hurts every time. And 1,112 games, including tonight, that he's played in. Brian Peterson playing in his 17th season of professional baseball. He's at first base with nobody holding him on. And the 1-2 swung on and missed. Actually tipped into the glove of the catcher, says the home plate umpire. So nonetheless, it's strike 3, and there's 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up Ryan Ortiz. So Ortiz took over for Jeudy Valdez earlier in the ball game, and Ortiz just got to Laredo today, from what I understand. He got a base hit in his first at bat and struck out in the 6th inning. He's a newcomer here with the Laredo Lemurs. So welcome to the club. He played in the Oakland A's organization. And the first pitch he sees, he checks his swing. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. They'll check down with the first base umpire, and the first base umpire says it was a strike on the check swing. Ortiz was drafted in the 6th round by the Oakland A's at Oregon State University. And Ortiz makes his home down in San Diego, California. He went to St. Augustine High School. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 down in the inning. Lemurs up by 7. The pitch. That one is in tight to Ortiz. He has to flinch back out of the way of that one. While he was in the A's organization, he played in 406 games. And he hit .242 over that time. He made stops in Stockton, Midland. He also made a stop in Sacramento. Actually, a couple of stops in Sacramento. That's AAA ball for the Oakland A's. So he got up there pretty high. The next pitch, a fastball that hits the upper part of the strike zone. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the newcomer, Ryan Ortiz. So Ortiz overall in AAA played in 117 games and batted .232. The pitch. Swung on and a ground ball up the middle. That's going to sneak through for a base hit. 2 hits tonight for Ryan Ortiz. Look at that. The Lemurs will take that every time. And that'll bring up Ty Morrison. So the inning keeps going. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. 9 runs on 16 hits for the Laredo Lemurs. They are 1 hit away from reaching 17 again. If they have 17 hits tonight, or pick up 17 hits tonight, that'll be the 5th time this season that they've reached that mark. Runners at first and second and 2 down. Here's the pitch to Morrison. He pops it up over to the left. I believe that's going to get back out of play. Yeah, it's going to get back in about 8 rows at Uni-Trade Stadium. It'll bounce around a little bit, and some kids will run after it. Ty Morrison on the day. A couple of walks. Officially 0 for 3. I haven't said that too often when he's been playing. In fact, he's on a hitting streak right now. If he can get a base hit here, he can keep it going. And the pitch. Morrison takes a strike on the outside corner. Ty Morrison looking to extend the 9-game hitting streak to 10. And we're just about an hour and 11 minutes, or 3 hours and 11 minutes into the ball game. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Low and outside. And I got scolded up in Sioux City for saying the game is moving quickly when we had a good, quick moving game. I guess that's a faux pas in some places. But I feel as the broadcaster of the team that I must share all the information with you. And when we have a quick moving game, that I should tell you that's quick moving. And when there's a no-hitter, I should probably tell you there's a no-hitter. The 1-2. Swung on in a ground ball or a line drive up the middle. And that's going to be a base hit for Ty Morrison. And I'm going to tell you that he now is on a 10-game hitting streak. I feel my obligation is to share that information with you. So he's got a 10-game hitting streak going, and everybody's going to move up. Peterson up to third base. Ortiz is going to go to second, and Morrison with a single. Lemurs had the bases loaded quite a bit here this evening. In the 3rd inning, they had the bases loaded. I believe they had the bases loaded in the 4th as well. In the 5th inning, no, but in the 6th inning, they did. They have them loaded again. And into the batter's box goes Devontre Richardson. He's got 2 doubles tonight and 2 runs scored. The pitch swung on and fouled away. Up into the stands at Uni-Trade Stadium, and it'll bounce around a little bit. No balls and 1 strike. So Richardson with a double back in the 3rd and a double back in the 4th. He's also picked up 2 RBIs and has 2 runs scored. All the runs have been scored pretty much in the top of the order here tonight. But the other night, most of the runs were scored in the bottom of the order. So spreading it out between games. The 0-1. Low for a ball. Gloving it is Medina, and Medina sees it kick out in front of him. The Lemurs, by the way, now have 17 hits with that base hit by Ty Morrison. And that is the 5th time this year they've done that. Devontre Richardson with a hit, and they'll have a new high this year. So Matt Parrish, he's working out of the stretch. He'll throw home on the 1-1. Swung on a fly ball. Hit well into center field. Going back on the ball is Mesa. He's going to pull up. He'll square up and make the catch. And that's the final out in the inning. So the Lemurs get no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 left. We're going to the top of the 9th. The Lemurs looking to lock it down. They're up 9-2.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. You know, sweet and savory, it's a perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
Hey Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at LaredoLemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has Laredo's largest water slides. We're proud to say that we serve the greater Laredo area and supply slip sliding fun for kids of all ages. Texas Inflatable Rentals has a huge selection of inflatables for every budget. And to add to the party, we rent tables, chairs, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, and cotton candy machines that will help take your party to the next level. We also have moonwalks and bounce houses. Contact Texas Inflatable Rentals at 956-436-3909 or at texasinflatablerentals.com and book with the coupon code LEMURS for a 10% discount. That's Texas Inflatable Rentals, Laredo's largest water slide.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Looking to travel this summer? If the year-round flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for you, take advantage of Allegiant's direct flights from Laredo International Airport to Orlando. For as low as $119 round trip, you and your family can be in Orlando in 2.5 hours. Fly in comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials. All right, Luis De La Cruz taking over on the mound for the Laredo Lemurs. It's 9-2 Laredo. We go to the top of the 9th inning, so the Lemurs need to get 3 outs here, and they'll be able to celebrate a little bit with this victory. 9 runs on 17 hits and 2 errors tonight for Laredo. 2 runs and 9 hits and no errors tonight for the Joplin Blasters. So De La Cruz up there on the mound, all 6'6" of them. He'll throw home, and that one's on the inside corner for a strike. De La Cruz on the season with Laredo. He's 1-2 with a 5.40 ERA through 10 games. And the tall right-hander will throw again. Swung and a ground ball up to the shortstop, Medeiros. Medeiros will dig it out of the ground. He'll throw quickly over to first base, and it's a close play, but the Lemurs get the call. A 6-3 putout. And Aaron Brill is retired. Brill hustled down the first baseline the whole way. That'll bring up Mitch Glasser. Glasser on the day with a couple of base hits. Got a double back in the first and came around to score a run. And singled in the 3rd inning. So he's got one of the 2 runs up on the board for the Joplin Blasters. Joplin starts the day with a record of 30 wins and 22 losses. Lemurs are 29-26, so the Lemurs grab that 30th win of the season right here. A fastball misses inside. That'll be a nice night for the Laredo Lemurs to get that 30th victory. And De La Cruz working out of the stretch the whole time. He'll throw home, and it's a strike on the inside part of the plate, slightly above the knees. Four other teams in the American Association right now have 30-plus wins. And one team has 40-plus wins. The 1-1 misses someplace. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, St. Paul with a ridiculous amount of wins, 43 on the year. They're 43-13. Sioux City's at 38-17. And the delivery swung on and a line drive into center field, and that one's going to fall for a hit. So Mitch Glasser with 3 hits tonight. A couple of singles and a double. Now Yasser Gomez is going to come up to the plate. And the other 2 teams with 30-plus wins, Joplin and Wichita. So the Lemurs trying to get there tonight. So Yasser Gomez into the batter's box. He singled and drove in a run back in the first, hit into a double play in the 5th, and walked in the 8th inning. He also has a strikeout on the night back in the 3rd. Runner at first base and 1 out. The delivery swung on a ground ball hit into the hole on the left side. That'll go into left field for a base hit. So back-to-back hits for Joplin. And Carlos Ramirez coming up to the plate. Lemurs up by 7, looking for that double play ball to help them get out of this thing and start the mini celebration. for their victory. Not a big celebration, you got to take them all in stride. Here's the pitch to Ramirez. He'll swing and ground one over to the shortstop. Medeiros charges, flips to Taylor for one, over to first base. That's a double play. That's the ball game. The Lemurs win 9-2, and they get their 30th victory of the season and start off with the victory to open up the homestand against the Joplin Blasters. What a nice game tonight for the Laredo Lemurs. A good starting pitching night for Luis Payorena, and the bats come alive here at Uni-Trade Stadium. So it's 9-2 Lemurs. We'll take a timeout, come back with the post-game show. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Thanks for joining us for Laredo Lemurs Baseball, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, High Gadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade 40, Whataburger of Alice. The Laredo Lemurs post-game show is coming your way next.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course, quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
Not to run, hit by pitch twice. We're actually looking this up. In over 1,000 career games or hit by a pitch 53 times coming into tonight's game. It's about once every 20 games. Can you remember ever getting hit by a pitch twice in a game?
Twice in the game, Grand Prairie,
All right, well there you go. It's a pretty rare occurrence. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right, the mood in the dugout, Brian, how is that when you guys are out there hitting like that?
Well, it's a great momentum for us. So late in the season, we have that race, and Joplin calls us, with crowds in front of us, we have a big home stand here on both of them, so it's going to be the first one of the series.
Talking about that important stretch, the 7-game homestand, how important is it to play those games against those teams right here at home? How important is it to play those games against these teams at home instead of on the road?
I feel like there's some type of advantage when on your home field, and we're great fans, and they come out and support us, and we try to do the best we can to show them what we can do.
All right, thanks, Brian. Fans, the Lemurs are back in action tomorrow night, 7:30 against the Blasters. We'll see you then.
Welcome to Whataburger. Today we're cooking the sweet and spicy bacon burger.
Wow, it's beautiful.
2 beef patties, American cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, bacon, grilled onions, the sweet and spicy pepper sauce.
Sweet in the front and then the spicy in the back. I like it. I like it a lot.
So it's like a perfect balance, and then that bacon right there, it adds crunchiness.
I'd get back in line and get another one, I'll tell you that much.
Sweet spicy bacon burger. Come down to Whataburger. It's only here for a limited time.
Now it's time for the Laredo Lemurs post-game show. Laredo Lemurs Baseball is brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. Now here's Bill Harrington with Laredo Lemurs post-game show.
All right, Lemurs fans, thanks for sticking around for the post-game show. Bill Harrington along with Cameron Songer here at Uni-Trade Stadium as the Lemurs get a nice victory here this evening to open up this homestand. They win 9-2 over the Joplin Blasters, a division foe. For the Lemurs, it was 9 runs on 7 hits. They made 2 errors tonight. Joplin picked up 2 runs on 10 hits. They had no errors on the evening. The game was played in 3 hours and 20 minutes in front of a crowd of 1,247 people here at the ballpark at Uni-Trade. It was the 56th game of the season for the Laredo Lemurs. Luis Poyorena, he gets the victory for Laredo. He went 5 complete, gave up 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He didn't walk anybody and struck out 2. And he ended up beating Jorge Martinez, who only went 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He walked 3 batters and struck out 6 here tonight before giving way to the bullpen. So the Laredo Lemurs were not the first team on the board. In fact, the Joplin Blasters opened up the game with Mitch Glasser reaching on a double, and then Yasier Gomez drove him in. So it was 1-0 Joplin there in the first inning. But in the third inning, the Lemurs came out big. They ended up scoring 4 runs on 4 hits, and there were 3 walks mixed in by the Joplin Blasters starting pitcher in that inning. In fact, Ty Morrison, with 1 out, reached on a walk. He ended up stealing second base. Then Devontre Richardson with a double put him at second base and then drove in Ty Morrison. So the Lemurs tied up the game there at 1 apiece. And then Dustin Geiger singled. That drove home Devontre Richardson to make it 2-1 Laredo in the third inning. Dennis Phipps came up to the plate next. He singled. That drove in Dustin Geiger all the way from first base. In fact, the ball went into the gap out there in right center field. The official scorekeeper ends up giving it a double, and Dennis Phipps ended up at third base because of the throw came home. When the throw came home, Phipps decided to take off for third. Then Kevin Taylor came up to the plate, up 4-1 at that time in the ball game. So the Lemurs would put 2 more runs up on the board in the fourth inning with 1 out. Devontre Richardson would reach on a double, his second of the day. And then Dustin Geiger would hit a home run over the left field wall, his 12th of the year. And that was a very nice one for Dustin Geiger. His 5th home run of the season for the Laredo Lemurs, but his 12th overall because, remember, he was playing with the Wichita Wingnuts earlier this year, and he had a bunch of home runs for them as well. So the Lemurs scored 2 runs there in the 4th inning. In the 6th inning, the Lemurs would put up a couple of more runs. Actually, I forgot the 5th inning. There was a run there in the 5th inning for Laredo when Brian Peterson reached on a single, and he was later driven home with the bases loaded and a ground out by Devontre Richardson scored him. And then Dennis Phipps in the 6th inning came up with a single, and then Kevin Taylor singled right behind him, and that put runners at first and second base for the Lemurs. Juan Silverio would single right after that, and that would load the bases. And then when here would come Brian Peterson one more time for the Laredo Lemurs. He would single, he would drive in 2 runs, and that would put 9 runs up on the board for the Laredo Lemurs. The Lemurs would go on and pick up 17 hits on the night. That would tie their season high, and that's the 5th time they pick up 17 hits this season. So a nice night at the plate for the Laredo Lemurs. Not a bad job on the mound either for the Lemurs. The only other guy giving up a run besides the starting pitcher, Luis Poyorena, was Mark Haynes today, and Mark Haynes getting his first outing here at Uni-Trade Stadium all season long. Of course, he's coming off the Tommy John surgery, so Mark Haynes try to get himself back to tip-top shape as he works out there on the mound. It's always a little bit different on the mound than it is in the bullpen. So every position 0 for 2. So pretty neat mark there for the Laredo Lemurs on the evening as well. Tonight, the New Jersey Jackals beat the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks 2-0. Amarillo gets by Grand Prairie 4-2. Wichita 5, Sioux Falls 3. So Wichita will not lose any ground to the Laredo Lemurs tonight. Sioux City 7, the Lincoln Salt Dogs 3. That one's in the books. All of these finals, by the way. St. Paul 12, Winnipeg 6. And the Gary South Shore Railcats beat the Kansas City T-Bones 10-5. And the Lemurs 9-2 over Joplin tonight. So we'll take a quick look at the standings before we get out of here in the South Division. And with the Lemurs' victory, they are 3 games back behind the Wichita Wingnuts, and they now are a game and a half back behind the Joplin Blasters. So the Lemurs have a record of 30 wins and 26 losses. Joplin's at 30 and 23 on the year, but they have 3 games to make up against Kansas City. Those are the games that are missing. They had 3 days in a row rained out against Kansas City and Joplin. They have to make those games up in double headers against Kansas City when they head up to Kansas City to play them. So they're actually going to be making them up in Kansas City. So Wichita's in first place, a game and a half up over Joplin, and Wichita's in first place 3 games up over the Laredo Lemurs. That's it for our broadcast tonight. For Cameron Songer, my name is Bill Harrington. We'll see you again tomorrow night as we bring you the broadcast. 7:15 for the pregame show, 7:30 for the first pitch here live from Uni-Trade Stadium. Thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to bringing you the broadcast tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for Laredo Lemurs Baseball, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. Join us next time for all your Laredo Lemurs action.